Chronic, left, right, that's how I come. Left, right, hey. Ooh, yeah. Ah, boy.
Selector, rewind.
Welcome. Why? Hey. Chronic, left, right, that's how I come. Left, right, hey. Ooh, yeah. Ah, boy.
That's right. That's right. It's the hostess with the mostest burning light. Toast this Cosmonian. Right back in the building. Like I left something, man. Just checking back in, man, down here in from out the atmospherian heavens. You dig what I'm saying? Back down here in ooze. You dig what I'm talking about? Got the always stay strapped. You dig what I'm talking about? Like OSB say, with your water rod and with your fire rod. You never know when you have to break up a hell knot. Yay. Shout to the creator gang, man, and peace to all the righteous gods and Nirvanian goddesses. I think we're going to have a good show today. It's not even going to be long. But I was going to bring out a whole total different topic. You dig what I'm talking about? I just like to just keep bringing it out. I don't like to be repetitive. You dig what I'm talking about? That's just... I'll go back over stuff. You dig what I'm talking about? Or at least see a thing through meritoriously, but I don't like to just keep going over the same stuff and stuff. That's why it's good that you can that we record these things. You know what I mean? But I was gonna bring out a whole different topic. But I gotta give a shout to my big bro, Fritz Foxwell. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to the OG Fritz Foxwell. You dig what I'm talking about? Another faithless brother. You dig what I'm saying? Who started, asking them questions. You dig what I'm saying? When you start asking them questions and you figuring out that you ain't getting sufficient answers, you dig what I'm saying? You start to look a little deeper, and you know what I mean? And these so-called omnipotent beings start to be a little wanting. Peace to the gang, man. Peace to all the Essenes and Nazarenes, all the Israelites out there, man. Y'all support the channel by you can always donate on Cash App. Cash App is at the bottom, but how you support the channel is for real. Sub to the channel, hit the all button, like it, and then share it on your social medias. I don't got a TikTok. Maybe I should invest in the TikTok, and I can make some shorts and microwave up some knowledge real quick. You dig what I'm talking about? A little quick, short, bursts or whatever. Maybe it'll catch on or something. You know what I mean? But for all y'all that do got Instagram and YouTubes and Facebooks, you dig what I'm talking about? Y'all share the channel, man. If y'all get something good from it, man, you know what I mean? Y'all share it. You dig what I'm talking about? Share that like, man. I got it free, so I give it free, so y'all give it free. You know what I mean? Well, shout out to my brother Fritz Foxwell, because he shot me a video the other day. And you know how the saying goes, hindsight is 20/20. You ever heard that saying? If y'all ever heard the saying, hindsight is 20/20, hit me with a 1 in the chat. But sometimes you get a different perspective on a situation when you're past it and you're looking back up on it. You dig what I'm talking about? And this brother was so on point with his information. He was so on point. Now that we looking back and I can just fact check what he's saying, this brother is on point. listen, he got what's the boy name? Epstein. He got Ghislaine Maxwell. He got all these people. He got John Kapoor. If y'all don't know who John Kapoor is, John Kapoor, look him up. He's an East Indian guy who came up with a supposed medicine, but he was lacing it with fentanyl and getting people fucked up and addicted to the fatty. And once you can't get that fatty and you got that type of draw for you, it's easier and cheaper to just go to the boy. You dig what I'm talking about? But by that time, he had made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars already. Billions. He made a bunch of money. And I didn't listen, man. It's some ties in there that even I didn't know, but look how it links to the Boule. Listen, bro. This is the reason I even brought this out. I was gonna come with a whole nother something else. You dig what I'm talking about? But this thing hit different. You dig what I'm talking about? My thing is he say some other things in there, right? His record is so correct on all the stuff, you know what I mean? 3, damn near 4 years later, we looking back on it now, he's so on point with almost with all of what we can prove. The stuff that we can't necessarily, is he right with that too? Ooh-wee. Now that this 3-4 years ago, he bringing out this Obama gay shit, that didn't even hit to 2023. He was on point with this in 2020. Oh, listen. So is he right with all the... Listen, I'm just going to say this is an amazing video. Shout out to this brother and Edge of... is it Edge of Wisdom? Hold on, let me see. Shout out to this brother. This brother is actually a pastor. Jesus teaching pastor of Global Spiritual Revolution. You dig what I'm talking about? Media group. Global Spiritual Revolution Media Group. So for all the people who be saying, Cosmine, you banging on Christians, you be banging on the gods. Yeah, but I also know my people are where they are. And sometimes you have to meet them where they at. You dig what I'm talking about? So that ain't about me bashing on them personally. And when I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I can perceive when a person is attempting to give me truth and tell me what he knows between a person trying to push an agenda on me. And when his level of truth telling is to a certain point, you can always get the ear of Cosmo. I'm gonna listen. I don't care what nobody say about you, because really a lot of people just be talking about you because they can't understand the spiritual side of things. You dig what I'm talking about? So it's never about I hate Christians, I hate Israelites or Hebrews, I hate Muslims. No. I hate what your God did. What I'm telling you is that guy is not the creator. I know you want to praise the creator, and I'm still not even trying to take that from you. I'm just saying, if you're gonna practice that, right? Practice it to its highest tenets. You dig what I'm talking about? I overstand and can look back, sit back, and look at the big picture that all the religions are just stepping stones to the creator. Like True God said, I'm not a fixer-up. I'm not a fixer-upper of old cloths and old garments. I'm not trying to fix that old shit up. I'm trying to give you something brand new. You know what I'm talking about? And in the 33rd year of the Cosmon era, We got a glory come down to a white boy from Ohio. Whoa, shoot. But this is something different, because how it ties in is Shaitan. Shaitan, or the self, right? They say Shaitan is defined as adversary, right? Or enemy, right? Well, I would beg to ask the question, who is our greatest enemy? And I would always say, it is ourselves. Shaitan. Huh? Y'all get into this, man. If y'all ready, man, hit your boy with some vortexes in the chat. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh, hold on. Before we get to it, you dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody. Peace to the Prince. Judah Vaughn, gang. You dig what I'm talking about in the house, man? Thank you for coming through, bro. You dig what I'm talking about? Peace to the sister Tikva. You dig what I'm talking about? Creator is undefeated, sister. You dig what I'm saying? We gonna get it. We gonna give that one to the sister. You dig what I'm talking about? Creator is undefeated. You dig what I'm talking about? There are some people who would never mind, but this peace to my ema, because my ema better than yours. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to my head. Shout out to my big sis Tikva. You dig what I'm talking about? She know what it is. Listen to what she say. I don't need gravity. You get into Owaspy, you'll find out ain't no gravity. See? Gang, man. We in the ethers. You dig what I'm talking about? What? Dishon von Gilticus. Excuse me, ma'am. It's Loris, the lady. Dishon Gilticus. Dishon von Gilticus. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, Lady Dishon von Gilticus. Shout to the big sis. You dig what I'm talking about? Sela Shilly. Sela. Sela Shalom. Shout out to Sela Shalom. Man, y'all go over there and subscribe to my brother channel, man. Hey, man, listen what I'm telling y'all. Listen, man. Y'all go subscribe to my brother channel, Sela Shalom TV, man, YouTube. Hey, he got a video so cold. Y'all niggas slept on it, man, because I ain't seen nobody say nothing about it. And it's one of the coldest videos. Man, how it was put together, the whole man, the shit cold, man. And I'm bring that one out again, man, because that's a classic. You dig what I'm talking about? It's a classic chop session. You dig what I'm talking about? We gonna get into that one. Let's get into that one closer to Christmas. You dig what I'm talking about? To Kurma, what they call Kurma, and the end of the lunar year. You dig what I'm talking about? In when the winter solstice. So we'll release that one. He got a classic on there, man. Niggas don't be. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to my brother Elijah 7, man. He say, bless up, family. May the creator, wow, be with you all. Yes, indeed. The go. You dig what I'm talking about? My Cali Connect in this thing. You dig what I'm talking about? Say peace to the chat, praise to the creator, Ormazd, the master of light. They don't know what they talking about, cuz. On the lookout, say blessings unto all. That's right. That's right. Creator gang. Man. False God killers. That's right. You hear my email, man. It's free. It don't cost you nothing, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Wipe your feet when you come in the crib. You dig what I'm talking about? Hit that like button and share the live with your family and your friends. I should have to go on Facebook and share it. You dig what I'm talking about? I should be seeing that my friends is sharing it on Facebook. You dig what I'm talking about? That's what's up. It's seen Nazarene face my brother in the crib. You did what I'm talking about. We gonna have to get this brother on here, man, so we can come break down, tell his story. You did what I'm talking about. Seen that? I ain't gonna lie. I didn't seen this brother come a long way. Seen him come a long way. Shout out to Essene Nazarene Faith. Hey, that's a combo. Essene Nazarene Faith is what. Hey, what they don't know is he said the same thing 3 times. Shout out to Essene Nazarene Faith. Yeah, they don't even peep the triangular nature of creation right in the name. Essene Nazarene Faith. It's the same thing. Shout out to Lawrence Burton. You dig what I'm talking about? I see everybody coming in, man. Thank y'all for coming on in. But look, man, this is heavy. What I'm about to bring out is heavy, and I want y'all to do your homework on this. Believe you me, Cosmo got something better to do. But I had to, this one was on my nerves that I had to play y'all this. You dig what I'm talking about? Let me blow this up a little bit. Right? It was on my nerves to play y'all this because we know a lot of this information. We know he not lying. What he's saying is he not lying, but the stuff we don't actually know about yet, but most of it we can look back 4 years later because this happened. This video is from 3 years ago, y'all. It's from 2020. You dig what I'm talking about? He putting this stuff together like this, bro. This is, and it's all real. Just look into it. Anything you deny, and then we'll get into some other stuff. But remember, many times it's people who look like us. That's our greatest enemies, ourselves. Man, this is deep, man. Just check it out, man. Cosmonian, man. Put them vortexes in the chat. Let's get going. As always, you know what we come to do. Balance all balances and check all checks, because you know what happens next when you hear that butterfly vortex get those. Yeah, it's time to blast off. Let's go.
Kobe Bryant did not die because of the wind and the rain.
I also got to put this in there. I forgot about the link between Kobe. I forgot to even put that in there. Listen, bro. Yeah, listen, just watch. This is crazy. I'm gonna blow the screen. I'm gonna move off the screen. I'm gonna blow this up. This is fair use. Fair use. Shout to the brother, man. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't think he's gonna have no issues or try to throw no strikes or nothing like that. But I'm just trying to share this light. You shared some light, bro. I'm gonna share it with you. Here we go.
In the clouds. So I'm going to tie this into from COVID-19, China, the Vatican, to Kobe Bryant later on. Let's start with the Boule Secret Society. These 9 Black Secret Society members, which consists of 9 Black families today, they are the caretakers of the order. They don't own the order. They are the guardians of the order. 40% of the gross domestic product in this country depends on drugs. So if our government would stop the drug trade, the economy of the United States would fall. It simply means that the deep state is going to use the Boule to dissolve the population through COVID-19 in order to make space for the blood of the elite. We have been sold a lie for the past, I would say 500 years, as we're beginning to unpack the greatest global cover-up in human history.
Yeah, that's the brother named Larry Gators. Y'all can check him out, man. You dig what I'm saying? He did a lot of study. I can respect that, regardless of whatever you believe. You dig what I'm talking about? If you put in the information and you did the study it together and you putting it together, you dig what I'm talking about, and you showing it and proving it and standing on it, man. I mean, you can't do nothing but respect the man and at least look at it. You know what I mean? This is crazy, y'all. Watch this. I ain't gonna say nothing. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't think they're gonna have an issue, and I'm gonna just play this thing through. I'll stop it every now and then. You dig what I'm talking about? Real quickly, let's just get a definition. You dig what I'm talking about? Boule, ancient Greek council. Let me see. Let's get a look. Boule, ancient Greek council. Boule, deliberative council in ancient Greece. It probably derived from an advisory body of nobles, as reflected in the Homeric poems. So this right here puts it at a time. You know what I mean? This is ancient Greece. You dig what I'm saying? Roughly. First guy you're going to get is Homer. You dig what I'm talking about? Roughly 700s BC, 750-ish. You dig what I'm talking about? He come out of Greek writing. Nobody else ever would. There wasn't. This had ancient Greece had went into a dark ages from roughly 1200 to roughly 750 BC. Right, during the Bronze Age collapse. The Boule existed in virtually every constitutional city-state and is recorded from the end of the 6th century BCE at Corinth, Argos, Athens, Chios, and Cyrene. It appeared during a transition to democracy when the aristocratic Gerousia was either modified, replaced, and this is a council of Greece, of Athens, and not Athens, but Sparta. You dig what I'm talking about? This is a Boule of Sparta, the Gerousia, was either modified, replaced, or opposed by a new council, the Boule. Thus in Athens in 594 BCE, Solon did not abolish the Areopagite council, but is said to have created a Boule of 400 to guide the work of the assembly or ecclesia. Ecclesiastes. Clisthenes increased the membership of the Athenian Boule from 500 to 500 from 400 in 508 BCE. See the Council of 500. The function of the Athenian Boule were defined by the oaths of the members introduced in 501 BCE. A man chosen by a lot, not obliged to serve. Since poor citizens might be unwilling to serve, the Boule was dominated by men of property. Property qualifications did not operate, however, before 322 BCE. We're going to read some stuff about the Boule. But let me get back to this, man. I just want to share the video with y'all. Let me get back to this. This is deep. Y'all watch.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Edge of Wonder. Today with us, we have Bishop Larry Gators, who, if any of y'all have been on YouTube recently and been following the death of Kobe Bryant, you probably have heard of Bishop Larry Gators. He is the host and moderator of Global Spiritual Revolution Radio, which airs through national and international syndication every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and through the iHeart Radio Network and the iHeart Media Group in New York City. And Larry, thank you so much for being with us. Welcome to the show.
Brother Rob and Brother Ben, and to your staff there at the powerful Edge of Wonder show, I am so very honored and very privileged by God to be given the opportunity to grace your show and to share with your audience, your family of listeners all over the world concerning the topic that we're going to begin to unpack today concerning the greatest global cover-up in human history.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, I was watching your some of what you're saying on the Sam Tripperley show on the Tinfoil Hat podcast, and
yes,
man, my mind was just completely blown. I mean, I couldn't even believe I didn't know my own history, especially with the Black community. And
yes,
when you were talking about Greenwood, Oklahoma, and
yes,
I was like, how do I not know this? Like, this is not stuff that we're just taught in school. So, oh my God, I've really been looking forward to this interview and just talking to you. And it's just.
But that's a gauge. That's a tell. Did you see how actually far they behind? This is 2020. And he didn't know about Greenwood. He didn't know about Tulsa, Oklahoma. So this is why we always share the knowledge, because people don't know everything, man. You know what I mean? And we all progressing at different times and different levels. And you may be the spark of the mind for someone else. Let's keep it going.
Phenomenal, the stuff that you know. And yeah, this is going to be a great interview. People are really going to love this. I know it.
Well, thank you so much, Brother Ben, for those kind words from you and Brother Rob. Knowing enough about a subject to think you're right, but not enough about the subject to know you're wrong. And so today, it's going to be a powerful and a prolific teaching concerning not just Kobe Bryant, but the average African American in this country. They have no idea concerning their history, because we're the only group of people on the planet who don't know who we are. We know what we are, but we don't know who we are. So we're going to begin to unpack this, and I will begin this right now. Let's start with the Boule Secret Society. Now, the Boule Secret Society, which was funded in 1904 on the 15th of May through the Rockefeller Foundation, okay, through John D. Rockefeller. He had chosen 9 specific African-American men, beginning with Dr. Henry McKee Minton, including Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. Now, Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, as we began to lay this schematical foundation concerning the greatest global cover-up in human history. Now, Dr. Du Bois is so revered in the annals of Black history education. But in actuality, gentlemen, to understand what's going on today, we have to lay a foundation of background in order for you and I to understand what's going on today in the foreground. So Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois was actually a sellout, as we say in the African American community. He was a eugenicist, okay? Now, you know the woman by the name of Valerie Jarrett, right? And she's also a part of the Boule Secret Society.
All
She's
these
very
names
close
just
to
sound
Obama,
familiar.
okay, to Barack and Michelle Obama. And,
thank you for saying that.
Exactly. So then Valerie Jarrett's father, Dr. James E. Bowman, is a 33rd degree Mason, okay? And as a side note, no person of color can ever become a 33rd and 1/2 degree Mason. They can only go to the 33rd division through the Freemasonic order. So the founder of Valerie Jarrett was a eugenicist by the name of Dr. James E. Bowman, okay, who went to the University of London Galton School of Eugenics, okay? But getting back to the Boule Secret Society, 9 African-American men created this secret society on the 15th of May in 1904 with money going through John D. Rockefeller in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is the hometown of Kobe Bean Bryant. It's all connected to the life into the assassination of Kobe Bryant. Yes, Kobe Bryant did not die because of the wind and the rain and the clouds. So I'm going to tie this into from COVID-19, China, the Vatican, to Kobe Bryant later on, as we're beginning to unpack this powerful teaching entitled The Greatest Global Cover-Up in Human History. But Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois was a part of what we call the Divine Nine. These 9 Black secret society members, which consist of 9 Black families today. Now, there's a 1954 book, gentlemen, entitled The Secret of Sigma Pi Phi. Again, The Secret of Sigma Pi Phi. It is written by Dr. Charles H. Wesley, who is also a 33rd degree Mason. Every Black secret society member within the Boules are Prince Hall Masons. Now, Prince Hall, going back as early as the late 17, early 1800s, was a man from Barbados, but moved to Boston, Massachusetts in the 1800s, and he was forbidden to join the Skulls and Bones Secret Society of Yale University. So this character, Prince Hall, created the very first Black secret society, Free Masonic Order, in the 1800s in the city and state of Boston, Massachusetts, okay? So it's very interesting as we talk about the Boule Secret Society. Now, the term Boule, gentlemen, it simply means gatekeeper. They are the caretakers of the order. They don't own the order. They are the guardians of the order. They don't own the round table concerning the Knights of the Round Table. Now, I know you guys heard of the story of the Knights of the Round Table, but in this 1954 book by Dr. Charles H. Wesley, The History of Sigma Pi Phi, he makes mention of 9 knights of this global Luciferian round table through whom the Boule Secret Society would protect these families. We're talking about the Rothschild dynasty. We're talking about the Oppenheimers, right? The Warburgs, who created the American Federal Reserve System, which now a great president has taken over, okay? The Rockefellers, the John Jacob Astor dynasty, the Bilderbergs, the Habsburgs. The 8th family is the Sassoon family. Now, it's interesting about the Sassoon family. They were the first family on earth to create the global drug trade, which they do to this very day, present day, in the Golden Triangle of Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, okay? South Vietnam, South Korea, throughout the Golden Triangle. So then the Sassoon family controls over half of the global drug trade in this world. And as a quick side note, as we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history, 40% of the American GDP, or gross domestic product, depends, gentlemen, upon the legal and the illegal drug trade. Let me say this again, 40% of the gross domestic product in this country depends on drugs. So if our government would stop the drug trade, the economy of the United States would fall, as we're unpacking the greatest global cover-up in human history.
Wow.
Now, the Boules, the term Boule is a Greek Hellenistical term signifying the protectors of the order. There's a term that we use in the Black community. It is called the crab barrel. So this crab barrel represents a global system of those Black men and women of color, what we call the African diaspora. As a side note, I keep telling Black people, stop calling yourself African American. A lot of them look at me like I've lost my mind. Well, the term Africa was not the original name of the continent. That name came from a Roman soldier, Scipio Africanus, who had defeated Hannibal in 202 BC during the Second Punic War in Carthage, which is present-day Libya, and changed the name of the continent from Akibulon, which means Eden, to Africanus, which is Africa today. We have been sold a lie for the past, I would say, 500 years, as we're beginning to unpack the greatest global cover-up in human history. So the term Boule simply means the lower house of the Greek parliament today. They were chosen as far as going back to the days of Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. So every Black person of renown, whether it's Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, Eric Holder, LeBron James, who has that Boule tattooed on his chest. Check it out on Google Images. These Black men and women, Oprah Winfrey, she's a witch, her girlfriend, Gail Stale King, who was trashing the legacy of Kobe Bryant in an interview back about 6 to 8 weeks ago. These people don't protect Black America. They don't protect you and I as Americans, regardless of our race, creed, and color or ethnicity. They are chosen by the global Luciferian elite of these 9 families. Between the Rothschilds, in the 9th family is the Lee family out of Hong Kong, capital L-I, which simply means that COVID-19 is not called that because it came out last year. COVID-19 represents the 19th strand or pathogen within the severe acute respiratory family. I'll come back to that later on. So these 9 families choose 9 Black men. Dr. Henry McKee Minton, Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, who had sold out Black America going back to the late 1920s, in 1929.
Okay, hold on. Once before we can continue on, I think a lot of people who just are hearing this kind of information for the first time might be sitting there thinking to themselves, but wait a minute, whoa. You're mentioning all these famous Black people. Why would these Black, people who are supposed to be looked at as kind of icons and leaders in their own Black community, why would they sell out their own race, and how would this kind of come about?
Excellent question, Brother Ben. As we're beginning to unpack the greatest global cover-up in human history by first laying this foundation, the Black, what I call the Black bourgeoisie element in this country. The term bourgeoisie means the Black nobility of Black America, where they are forced to sell out their own people. Well, take for instance, there is a political scientist by the name of Dr. Andrew Hacker. He said in his book, Two Nations, Black and White, Separate, Hostile, Unequal. He says in a snippet of his book in chapter 3,
everything you touch it, you can let it in. Build your own.
We have a Black middle class, but it only exists at the sufferance or the mercy from white America. We decide of you will be allowed into which positions, and how many of you is too many. We pick Cosby, we pick Powell, we do that, and we are careful about the numbers, end quote. So to answer your question, Brother Ben, they are forced to cut away from the masses of Black America because they're so afraid that if they even attempt to think about pulling the other crabs out, the crab barrel masters, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Oppenheimers, Warburgs, okay, those of the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the Club of Rome, the Committee of 300, the Hidden Hand, even the Jesuit Secret Society, If black people will begin to rebel, they will simply put us back at the bottom of the barrel. Now,
watch this. It's interesting, right? Hold on. It's interesting. I want to show y'all something. I want y'all to see what Steve Coakley said. I want y'all to see what Coakley said. Right? Hold on. Let me share this with y'all. This is the Boule, the elite blacks that sell out Black America. Let's drop down a little bit. Right? It's funny, right? Look at this. This Masonic secret society has a pyramid style like all the rest. The lower ranks are kept from knowing what the upper ranks are doing. The 20th century was a period of reconstruction. Look at this. Again, this man name keep being brought up. But watch this. Watch what Coakley say. W.E.B. Du Bois, founding member of the NYC chapter of the Boule, said that the Boule was created to keep the black professional away from Marcus Garvey. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. W.E.B. Du Bois, founding member of the NYC chapter of the Boule, said that the Boule was created to keep the black professional away from Marcus Garvey. Wow. The remaking of the House Negro was necessary to institute a group of blacks who had a vested interest in protecting the elite white system. Damn. One thing that needs to be pointed out is the time period. You know, my ears perk up when we get to talking about time. Dig this. Du Bois emphasized, as Coakley stated, the importance to listen to this shit, man. This is your boy Du Bois. The importance to steal the black professional away from Garvey, because an Afrocentric organization that articulated and captured the black professional would give whitey no safe haven in the black community. So the Boule. The remaking of the House Negro was necessary to build a group of Negroes who had an investment in protecting the white system as produced by whites having stolen this land. This is post-Reconstruction, taking away the articulate Negro, now desiring to replace them with organized institutions to keep them away from self-improvement. So we find in the same period as the founding of the Boule, the founding of the four black male, Alpha Phi Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, and Phi Beta Sigma, and four black female, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, Zeta Phi Beta, and Sigma Gamma Rho, college-based fraternities and sororities. We also find the founding of the NAACP and the Urban League all at the same time. Du Bois was one of the strongest opponents of Garvey and was an instrumental tool in stopping one of the strongest grassroots movements in this century. What was Garvey's plan? His plan was to take as many Africans from the Americas and start a settlement in the nation of Liberia, and then help their new nation produce and control their own rubber crops and other industries in natural resources. In hindsight, thank Jehovah, this shit got stopped. Nigga, I don't want to go to Africa. You dig what I'm talking about? I ain't no African. No offense. But I'm just not from there, cuz. I'm a real American Indian. You know, I'm a real American. You dig what I'm talking about? Aboriginal. So they would have been, you know, taking me from my land. You dig what I'm talking about? Thank the our great Algonquin Ashars. You dig what I'm talking about? Our guardian angels. If you so-called Negroidal Black American, you dig what I'm talking about? Aboriginal. You dig what I'm talking about? You basically come with one of your ancestors as your guardian angel, your Ashar, right? Owaspy reveals in the Book of Radiance that them people, those Ashars that are watching over you, are Algonquin, the misnomered Negro of America. You say you're gonna send your great Algonquin, the great Egoquim, huh? The sons of the great Egoquim. They said long time. You dig what I'm talking about? Raised in the ways of Jehovah. You dig what I'm talking about? The great Egoquim. You dig what I'm talking about? Strong in the knowledge of the Creator. You dig what I'm talking about? Them is the Ashars coming back. Why you think out of nowhere niggas just finding out that we Indians? These stories start coming back. People start asking questions. I think it's just out of nowhere, man. It's the Cosmine era. But it's crazy that we seeing this connection, right? All the way back to the 20s, the early teens. These two house Negroes made a bet that whites, look, these two house Negroes made a bet that whites would come out on top and give a certain percentage of these greedy Negroes, namely Boule members, the wealth they stole from Africa. What's deep is they didn't believe in African self-reliance and preferred to have whites give them table scraps instead of making the whole pie. Instead of us making the whole pie. It's crazy. Let's get back to it. The connections is what I'm just saying. Y'all look at it yourself. But this is fire. Hit me with some fire emojis in the chat, man, if y'all learning something.
The average person is thinking, wait a minute now, how can Black people deny their own people or any people? Because they're so afraid, Brother Ben, to even buck against the system. This is what happened to Kobe Bryant. And we'll bring him up later on during the teaching. So then the Boule Secret Society, its original logo goes back during the days of Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. It was a half a man, half a woman, half a lion, which represents the transgender sexual disorientation of the Luciferian deep state through the Boule. And the Boule Secret Society is the twin brother of the Skulls and Bones. Allow me to say that again. The Boule Secret Society, they are the twin brothers of the Luciferian Baphomet system. And as a quick side note, the term solve coagulation is on both of the arms of Baphomet. Solve, capital SOLVEET, coagula or coagulation. Those terms are also on the arm of the writer J.K. Rowling. I'm telling you, look it up on Google Images. She has that Baphomet code imprinted on her arm. Okay, J.K. Rowling of the Harry Potter series. Solve coagula or coagulation. It simply means that the deep state is going to use the Boule to dissolve the population in order to make space for the blood of the elite. So solve coagulation means to dissolve a certain depopulation through the IMF, through the World Bank, through the UN Agenda 2030, all backed by the financial backing of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Event 201, Crimson Contagion, and the George Soros Open Society Foundation. So then J.K. Rowling has that code imprinted on her arm. Now, getting back to the Boule Secret Society, you have 9 Black Greek letter secret societies. Each secret society was created not by Black Americans, but by the Rockefeller Foundation in 1904 in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is also the hometown of a Black female secret society, the Jack and Jill Club. I'll bring them up later on in the broadcast. Now, here are the 9 Black Greek letter secret societies. And anytime you guys want to jump in, let me know. Alpha Phi Alpha, they protect the Rothschilds. Kappa Alpha Psi, they protect the Oppenheimers. Omega Psi Phi, they protect the Warburgs, the financial system of the Fed. The Phi Beta Sigma system or fraternity protects the Rockefellers. The Lambda Phi Theta, they protect the Astor dynasty. Alpha Kappa Alpha, they protect the Bilderbergs. Delta Sigma Theta protects the Habsburgs. Zeta Phi Beta protects the Sassoon drug trade. And last but never least, Sigma Gamma Rho, they protect the Lee dynasty. Wait a minute now. So 70 to 80% of Black lawyers in this country are a part of the Boule Secret Society. 80% of Black doctors are Bouleists, okay? 80% of dentists are a part of the Boule Secret Society. 75% of teachers, okay, professors, okay, and psychologists in the field of clinical psychology are a part of the Boule Secret Society. Why? Because they're chosen to protect the system that has the world in spiritual and financial enslavement. Okay,
Larry, can I just ask you a couple of questions based off of what you just said? So, okay, there's a few things. One is you keep mentioning the name Sassoon. Now, I'm wondering if this has any relationship to the Sassoon and the fashion or the
Vidal Sassoon. Yes,
Vidal Sassoon. That's the case, correct?
He is a direct descendant or a progenitor of the Sassoon dynasty, who are one of the most powerful Khazarian families on earth who still control India today. So the Sassoon family controlled, through the Jardine Matheson shipping company, both opium wars between 1839 to 1860. So the Sassoon family, they're the ones who are backing the global cocaine trade, who are backing the poppy trade out of Afghanistan. That's why we're in the Middle East. It has nothing to do with Al-Qaeda. This is a crack cocaine war, just like Vietnam during the 1960s. So the Sassoon family with Vidal Sassoon, if you don't look good, we don't look good. That man is a direct descendant of the Sassoon family, the 9th Luciferian member of the Round Table. So this Boule Secret Society, the men are called archons, capital ARCHONS, which is a Latin lexicon word meaning demon. The women are called archies, okay? They are female demons or demoness. Well, the Attorney General of the state of Illinois, Kim Foxx, who allowed that demon to get off, okay? She is a Bouleist, okay? I kid you not. So Kim Foxx, look her up. She was the one that dropped the cases, okay? The case against that actor, okay? I can't remember his name right now.
Jesse Smollett?
Yes, Jesse Smollett.
Or Juicy Smollett is what we say.
So Jesse Smollett. Well, Kim Foxx is not only a Boule, she's a 33rd degree Prince Hall Mason as a part of the Chicago, Illinois chapter of Prince Hall, of the Prince Hall Masonic Order. She is related to Barack Obama, and she's also related to Kamala Harris. Okay, so they got him off with the financial backing of George Soros. Again, George Soros doesn't care about Black people. This is all a part of control and enslavement. And as a quick side note, I keep telling Black people, stop calling yourself not just African, but the term Negro. Okay, I brought this up on San Tripoli show some time ago. Well, the term Negro, as we're beginning to unpack this powerful importation today, the greatest global cover-up in human history.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh.
If it hadn't been
He's revered as one of the greatest presidents of our time, who made decisions that could even change our future. But has anyone stopped and thought about it a little more, about what led to Obama being where he is now? Did anyone question his history before? Where was he really born? What about his parents and close friends? Were they also telling the truth about this the whole time? Or hiding a much darker secret from the world? New evidence has come up that is making people question our previous administration in ways you wouldn't expect. Get ready as we dig deeper into the rabbit hole, into the truth of Barack Hussein Obama. Obamagate Part 2, only on edgeofwonder.tv.
The term Negro comes from the Greek word necro, capital N-E-C-R-O, which means autopsy of flesh or having sex with a dead body. This is where we get the term necromancy, okay? And that's why the Bible says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, okay? I keep telling people, do you understand that every time you call the N-word or the term Negro, you are invoking the psyop of necromancy, which means an individual having sex with a corpse. That's what the word N means. Again, you're dealing with a generation of unawakened people. My responsibility here tonight is to red pill the red pillars. It is to awaken the unawakened, as we're talking about the Boule Secret Society. So these 9 Black families. Now, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is a very interesting character. Never went to college or university. Now, remember in 2003, he got involved in this so-called rape case. And I say so-called because he was set up. He was instructed by the late Dr. Jerry Buss, the former owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, to travel to Eagle, Colorado to get his knee worked on. So he goes to Edwards, Colorado, okay? And he is instructed to see a doctor by the name of Dr. Richard Stedman, okay? Now, Dr. Richard Stedman is Phi Beta Kappa. Now, who is Phi Beta Kappa? Phi Beta Kappa is the legal in the educational arm of the deep state, while Kappa Beta Phi is the Wall Street faction of the deep state. We're going to get to Kobe Bryant's business partner, Jeffrey Morgan Steibel, who looks like Charles Manson here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So then, Kobe Bryant is a part of not only the Theosophical Secret Society, in the Thelema Secret Society, Aleister Crowley, but also Kobe Bryant is a member of the Boule Secret Society. Now, to be initiated into the Boule Secret Society, 2 men or 2 women have to have sex with each other inside of a coffin. I kid you not. This is the sexual initiation rite to get into the Boule Secret Society.
An actual coffin.
The actual coffin. They got that right, or that consecrational dark rite, from the Skulls and Bones, okay? Wow. Now, the Skulls and Bones was created by Alfonso Taft. So then, to actually have homosexuality sex or lesbian sex in order to be initiated into the order. Now, it's going to be a lot of black people who's going to write you, oh, I don't believe this, what Bishop is teaching.
Right.
You're dealing with a generation of psychologically dead people, okay? They know what they are, but they don't know who they are. As we're talking about, not just the Boule Secret Society, but the greatest global cover-up in human history. So then Kobe Bryant is accused of rape. Okay, now his need doctor, Dr. Richard Stedman, is a part of this secret society, Phi Beta Kappa. He instructs him not to stay near the doctor's office, all right, where he's going to get his knee worked on. Dr. Stedman instructs Kobe to go miles away in Edwards, Colorado. Instead of staying in Eagle, Colorado, Dr. Richard Stedman, Phi Beta Kappa, instructs Kobe to go to Edwards, Colorado. It doesn't make any sense. He's in Eagle, Colorado, but he's instructed specifically to go to Edwards, Colorado. Why? To go to this Cordelia Spa hotel, a high-class hotel. Now, the girl that he meets is a woman by the name of Caitlin Faber. Her parents, Phi Beta Kappa, they know Dr. Richard Stedman. Kobe doesn't know this, okay? She is offering her services to Kobe Bryant in the form of a tour of the hotel. That's not her responsibility. Then one thing leads to another. Kobe invites her to the room. Then she doesn't go home that night, Caitlin Faber. She goes to her boyfriend's house and have sex. But the next morning she goes home and cries rape. Wait a minute, I'm confused now. See, the Boule Secret Society, if you get out of line, they can set you up. I'm talking about the Luciferian Round Table, okay? The crab barrel masters. Those masters who own the table and own the crab barrel. So they were forcing Kobe Bryant down socially, economically into this crab barrel by setting him up. Now, mind you, if Kobe raped this girl, he should have went to prison. I have no problem with that. So then the parents of Caitlin Faber, or Phi Beta Kappa, and the parents of Caitlin Faber go to the same Masonic temple in Denver, Colorado that Dr. Richard Stedman goes to. That's interesting. Guess who the attorney was for Kobe Bryant during this mess? Is a woman by the name of Pamela Mackey. Pamela Mackey is the attorney for Harvey Weinstein.
Oh,
What the heck?
Pamela Mackey, who's also Phi Beta Kappa, is the attorney for Harvey Weinstein, and he's going to end up dead like Jeffrey Epstein because he knows too much. Oh, so let's begin to unlayer, to unpack this through a detailed and meticulous way, through great articulation as we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. Go ahead, brother.
Larry, yeah, just one thing is I just want to get this in before I forget, because I feel like, okay, so you mentioned a couple of things earlier. You mentioned a half man, half woman, and half lion, and
Yes.
the coffins, okay? And from my research, I found that this half lion, half man always relates to the Zoroastrian religion, and it's
Yes.
a very, very, very ancient. Is that what we have here? Is it this ancient a religion that's kind of being brought in here to these societies?
That's what it is. It's a combination of Zoroaster, what I call Zoroastrianism, which is a kind of the Caribbean articulation of what you're talking about. I think it's more indebted specifically into the religions of Santeria. And as a side note, Kobe Bryant's wife, her family were worshippers of Santeria. I'll come back to that in the next 30 minutes. So this half lion, half woman.
Now, okay, let me give y'all a little just the idea, right, is actually Platonic. Is from the Platonists, from Plato, Socrates. You dig what I'm talking about? Right down from the time of Heraclides. This is that same monad, logos, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. It's the same doctrine. You dig what I'm talking about? It goes down to people like Solon, like Plato, like Herodotus, and you dig what I'm talking about? It goes down through time. The twist is not actually Zarathustrian. The twist is Zoroastrian. So he's sort of on point right there, but I wanted to clear it up to where that the Sphinx and dragon and lion iconography comes from, because the lion becomes great in the Hellenic dynasties. You dig what I'm talking about? Even though it predated that, because even though Leo, remember, the sun was in Leo and in the Ark of Lu, 7,000 to 39,000 BC. You dig what I'm talking about? So the lion had raised up, but then, you know, you see the ram, the bull, all that stuff take place, and then we got Leo comes back around again. You dig what I'm talking about? Later on, but under the Hellenic dynasties. So but that's repackaged through Parthian and Greek influence into Persia. You see what I'm saying? Manichaeism and Zoroastrian. You dig what I'm talking about? Not Zarathustrian, 7,000 BC. Zoroastrian, 500 BC. Big difference.
Beast, this hybrid beast, represents a multiplicity of Mayan religions, Aztec religions, okay, Babylonian Hermetical religions, okay, which is all integrated into this hybrid of the logo of the original Greek, Black Greek Letter Seeker Society. The original logo goes back during the time of Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. I'm glad that you brought that up, Brother Rob, because the original logo has the paw, okay? And this is powerful here.
Now, the water picture they talking about is also a representation of knowledge. But notice the line is stopping the knowledge up. This is where the whole crab in a barrel ideology comes from.
Its left paw on what we call a skull, okay? That represents cognition, the cognition thinking of a future people who don't know who they are. And as a quick sign up before we get back to that Boule logo, half of the sales of the Nike Corporation come from the psyop of a people who don't know who they are. In other words, let me break this down in more simpler terms. Half of the gross domestic product of the Nike athletic tennis shoe sales and clothing sales come from Black people. Why is that? Because Nike targets the low self-esteem of a people who would rather concentrate their identity on an Air Jordan than to God. Why? Because they hate themselves. I'm not talking about every Black person, but the majority, a great percentage of African Americans don't know who they are, Brother Rob and Brother Ben. They only know what they are by a title. They don't know who they are. Now, getting back to that Boule Seeker Society.
Actually, Larry, right before we get into that, I kind of want to take a step back real quick. And I mean, this is just, I think for a lot of people out there, this is the first time they're hearing this. I would like to kind of know, before we get into the whole Boule topic and everything, how did you acquire so much knowledge about all of this? Because I think this is kind of important, because some people could be listening to this and thinking like, wait a minute, what is really going on here?
Yeah,
and I think it would be good. Go ahead.
Ben. I was just going to say, for some background, like Ben and I have been researching this stuff for a long time. And when we heard you come onto the scene and start talking about stuff, we were like, we can stop now. Like, I mean, like how much you know and how you've put everything together blew our minds. I mean, we're in the rabbit hole all the time, and it's incredible. So yeah, please answer that for us. Where did you get all of this?
Well, I've been in this type of study for the past 40 years, 25 of which as being a nationally syndicated radio talk show host. I am a historian, a researcher, a teacher, and it's taken decades to come up with this type of knowledge. I have traveled all over the world to approximately 101 nations for the past 37 years. I've even been to the Vatican. I've been to the Vatican Library. I've been to London, England, to Oxford University, and all of these major universities and great, powerful nations all over the earth, just researching, because 95% of what I'm teaching you guys is not taught on this level here in America. You got some people who are teaching at a certain level, but they're not teaching at this higher dimensionality, as I'm talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. So I've got over 5,000 books in my library, so many that I got to keep in storage because I just don't have the room in my my apartment here in Manhattan. And so it's taken over 40 years of meticulous research, detailed research of names, dates, times, entities, continents, dispensations, time periods, chronologies, all of that being tied into the Boule Secret Society, Skulls and Bones, right? We're talking about the many other secret societies like the Knights Templar. So to answer your question, it has taken over 40 years. And the average person in this country, they really don't want to do this because a lot of people are lazy, broke, busted, and almost disgusted. But they would just rather somebody else tell them, and that way they don't have to worry about it. Well, they rather keep up with the Kardashians than to do what I'm doing. I am a divine contract killer. I'm an assassin. I'm anointed by God to decapitate the system of Lucifer, just like David did. Before we get back to Boule, and I'm glad that you guys are asking me these questions, very critical. As David had decapitated Goliath, the term David, just as a side note, comes from the Hasidical Hebrew word Dawson,
Beloved.
Dawson. Now, the term Dawson spelled backwards reveals the word Mossad. Let me say it again. I don't think you guys caught that. So the term David comes from the Hasidic Hebrew word Dawson. Now, why do I say Hasidical Hebrew? Because there's not one language or dialect of Hebrew. You got one language of Hebrew, but 300 dialects of the one Hebrew linguistical language. So Dawson, spelled backwards, is Mossad, which means one who decapitates. That's what I am. I am a contract assassin. My job is to not make friends. Thank God I have a few friends, but my job is to decapitate darkness by revealing truths which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't call myself African because that's the name of a Roman general, Scipio Africanus, who defeated Hannibal in 202 BC. And as a side note, the Africanus family in Rome were practitioners of spirit cooking thousands of years, before there was a Marina Abramovich, that which out of Hollywood. I'll talk about her in the next half hour. So then the Africanus family is one of the main spirit cooking families in Roman Empire history, who also practiced child pedophilia and child sacrifice. But this is the name that Black people are calling themselves from: African American, African Canadian, African British. Stop. Again, that comes from the lack of knowledge. Now, getting back to the Boule logo. Now, the present day logo is a half man, half woman sexual disorientation agenda of the Boule, with its right paw not on a skull as the original Boule logo, but its right paw on what we call an urn, capital URN, which is a vessel that they keep the ashes of dead people. That represents a term, neuroplasticity. Oh, what does that have to do with Black America and the Boule Secret Society? The scientific term, gentlemen, neuroplasticity simply means that the human brain grows into the shape of the thought that the individual is thinking at that moment. So when we're talking about the terms contagion and fear concerning the thinking of African Americans. Now, again, you're hitting nerves with me, gentlemen. You guys are great hosts as we're unpacking the greatest global cover-up in human history. Make sure you guys are taking notes. So then, I also said this on Sam's show before we get back to the Boule Secret Society, that the origin of the baggy jean that many young Black people are wearing and many other ethnicities comes from two homosexual men in a prison in Joliet, Illinois in the early to mid 1970s. They created this baggy jean to distinguish who was their homosexual lover. And so the term sagging, look at the term sagging, capital S-A-G-G-I-N. Well, let's take that word and spell it backwards, then you get the term capital N-I-G-G-A-S. It's a psyop. Or add the letter G for sagging, spell it backwards, then you get G, then N-I-G-G-A-S. It is a mental psyop, both of that skull in the urn that's on the logo or the insignia of the Boule Secret Society. Also, if you write down the terms skull, then urn, and connect those two words together, and look up that term skull urn on Google Images, you get jewelry, vases, necklaces, which the Luciferian witches and warlocks in this country and around the world keep the ashes of their dead loved ones. Do you know, and I don't mean to get away from the Boule Secret Society, but you guys are hitting nerves with me as we are unpacking the greatest global conspiracy, the greatest global cover in human history. So that skull, that urn represents the thinking of Black people. There's a term in Black America called buck breaking, capital B-U-C-K. Well, they came out of slavery through a slave owner from the West Indies by the name of Willie Lynch. And his last name is named after the city and state today, Lynchburg, Virginia. This is where we get the terminology lynch.
I was just going to ask you that. Is that where the term lynch comes from?
That's
oh my gosh.
Absolutely. That's where the term lynch comes from. So Willie Lynch was teaching the slave owners of the South, and more specifically in the state of Virginia, how to control their slaves, because most of the slaves who could not be controlled were sent to the Caribbean islands. We're talking about Cuba. We're talking about St. Martinique, the Bahamas, and Jamaica. The slave master would strip the man or the woman naked, put them chest first on the ground, and would molest them in front of the husbands or their wives to destroy the psychological strength of the slave. Well, LeBron James has been buck broken psychologically. Kobe Bryant was buck broken psychologically. The former NBA player Dwayne Wade, if you go online and just type in Dwayne Wade has a misunderstanding of LGBTQ communities. In other words, on the businessjournal.com, it shows Dwayne Wade's hair in braids in the form of miniature pyramids, which are one of the symbols, Brother Rob and Ben, that's been declassified by the FBI as one of the symbols that the underground pedophilia network uses. Why would Dwayne Wade have his hair in the shape of one of those pedophilia organization symbols? And it shows his son, a young boy by the name of Zion, who has now become Zaya. Why? See, Dwayne Wade has been broken. And this is the psyop of a people who don't love who they are, as we're beginning to talk about the Boule Seeker Society.
So we'll probably see him rise pretty fast then, right?
You're going to see him rise in such a way. Again, Brother Rob, Brother Ben, you guys hit this right on but you're going to see him rise. And that's what's happening now, including LeBron James. These black men are slaves on the plantation, okay? And as a side note, they're one of the major pharmaceutical companies that Kobe Bryant was suing was a company out of Basel, Switzerland by the name of the Novartis AG Group. The Novartis Group is the one drug company that does drug testing for the National Basketball Association. Kobe was about to expose this, and then they took him out. I'll come to that later on. So then let's continue on now from the Boule Seeker Society with that logo, half man, half woman, half lion, with this original logo going back to Aristotle, left paw on a skull, the original logo, right paw on an urn, skull, urn. Type it up on Google Images and it will reveal symbols of divination and witchcraft. And as a side note, I tell women all the time, especially black women, stop calling yourself diva, because the term diva is not only the name of a goddess in Greek and Persian mythology, the goddess of seduction, but the term diva is also the first four letters of the term divination. Acts 16:16. What is divination? Witchcraft. What is witchcraft? Parapsychology. As we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. Oh man, I'm flowing here today. Up. It comes up with Kobe Bryant's net worth, and the question is why? Well, Jeff Steibel calls himself 2013, meets a man.
Hold on, y'all. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this part. Watch this. We'll get it back to the vortex real quick. We'll put it back on the vortex. All right. But watch this. Watch the names that start to connect. Watch this. Remember, this is 2020. This. Hey, look, he put the pieces back together. Put the pieces together back then. Remember, man, look, just look at this. Watch this. Somebody knows something about that vortex. Y'all check them out.
And now Kobe Bryant, in 2013, meets a man by the name of Jeffrey Morgan Steibel.
Watch this.
Now, Jeffrey Steibel has a ghost of a past. If you type in the net worth of Jeff Steibel, it doesn't come up. It comes up with Kobe Bryant's net worth. And the question is, why? Well, Jeff Steibel calls himself a brain scientist. He doesn't have an earned PhD. He only has an honorary PhD degree from Pepperdine University. That Pepperdine University, including Stanford universities, are extensions of Black Ops CIA money through the Central Intelligence Agency through both Stanford and Pepperdine. So then Jeff Steibel is introduced to Kobe in the year of 2013. Now, at the time that of their meeting, Jeff Steibel is a member, still is, of a foundation called the Lifeboat Foundation. Now, the Lifeboat Foundation teaches transhumanism, transmutation, and they also teach biotechnology and nanotechnology, and they also teach the psychosis of what we call singularity, okay? And so, which is another form of divination, all of that.
Watch,
and
it's
so
about
they
to get
also
weird.
Proponents of depopulation.
Watch these connections.
So Jeff Steibel sits on this Lifeboat Foundation, which also was founded by a man by the name of Eric Klein. Now, Eric Klein is a part of Capital Beta 5, the Wall Street faction of the deep state. So then Eric Klein made his millions in the 1990s, and then in the early part of the 2000s moves to Las Vegas, Nevada, and meets a former Mossad agent by the name of Moshe Greenspan, no relation to Alan Greenspan, the former chairman of the Fed. So the Moshe Greenspan creates a company called Phase 6 LLC, SIX LLC. They specialize in global simulation and facial recognition software for the Central Intelligence Agency, for the NSA, and also for the Office of National Intelligence. Also, Moshe Greenspan also created a sublet company, which is a subsidiary of Phase 6, and that company is called Church X. They sell facial recognition software to churches. Wait a minute now, I'm confused. Wait a minute, you're selling facial recognition software to churches so that pastors can know who is coming into their congregations, and so that pastors can keep a scientific spiritual eye, okay, through AI on their membership. That's divination, okay, as we're unpacking the greatest global cover-up in human history. So Eric Klein creates Lifeboat Foundation. Jeff Steibel knew Jeffrey Epstein. Why? Because Jeffrey Epstein sat on the board of Lifeboat Foundation. Jeff Bezos of Amazon sits on the board of Lifeboat Foundation. And mind you, the logo of Amazon is shaped like a human organ of a man. I won't go down that road. Bill Gates sits on the board of Lifeboat Foundation, okay? George Soros sits on the board of Lifeboat Foundation. Bill and Hillary Clinton, through the Clinton Foundation in the Clinton Global Initiative, also they are members of the advisory board of the Lifeboat Foundation. So Kobe doesn't know the connections that his business partner Jeff Steibel is connected to. Slow me down if you guys can't keep up. This is some powerful information here as we're unpacking. We go from Boule, now to Kobe Bryant, now to Jeffrey Morgan Steibel. Now, Jeff Steibel is connected to two educators, two men by the name of Dr. Richard Dawkins, okay, and Dr. Daniel Dennett, who are atheists. These are the mentors of the business associate of Kobe Bryant, Jeffrey Morgan Steibel, okay? So then 2016, they create what they call the Bryant Steibel venture capital fund out of Malibu, California, which, according to the Bryant website, gives its address in Malibu. But when you go to Google Earth, it doesn't show the sign of the Bryant Stiebel Venture Capital Fund. It shows the term Dun and Bradstreet Credibility Corporation, which Jeff Stiebel is the CEO. And later on, I'm going to reveal to you guys that through the Dun and Bradstreet Credibility Corporation, which is a credit rating agency, is connected to the Wuhan Institute in Wuhan, China. So I'm going to connect for you guys Boule, Kobe Bryant, Jeff Stiebel, COVID-19, China, in the Vatican. So then Jeff Stiebel is connected to Jeffrey Epstein. As we move on here, so then Jeff Stiebel is the CEO, man, I'm excited now, of a foundation called the Brain Gate. Now, the Brain Gate, gentlemen, is connected to the National Institutes of Health Brain Initiative. That was created through the Central Intelligence Agency and through the Barack Obama administration in 2013. So also Jeff Stiebel is connected to Dr. Tony Little Midget Fauci of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Now, a lot of people don't like me using the word midget. Now, I'm not talking about little people. I'm talking about Tony Fauci, who has given millions of dollars to the Wuhan Institute.
Say what you want, but they trying to bring Fauci up on charges now. Remember, we're fortunate. We have hindsight. You dig what I'm talking about? We looking at a thing after it happened and judging it by its merits. They really talking about locking this nigga up, man, for all this shit. You dig what I'm talking about? It's coming out. You know what I mean? So keep watching, y'all.
Of virology.
Hey, if you're getting something out of this, hit me with a 3 in the chat, man. 3, that's the magic number. That's the way it is. Hey, support the channel, man. It's your boy Cosmon, man. If y'all getting a little something up out of here, hit me with a 3 in the chat, man. Hit that like button and share it to your friends and family, man. Let's keep going. This is Jehovah Chronicles, number 96. It's fair use, teacher purposes only.
And to me, Dr. Little Midget Fauci belongs in prison because what he did was treason. Go ahead, Brother Brendan.
Well, Brother Ralphie, yeah.
I just wanted to say that terminology is welcome on Edge of Wonder when referring to Luciferian pieces of garbage. So thank you, Larry. Go ahead.
I agree. Brother Larry. Yeah, I mean, on top of what you're saying about Fauci, then you have Obama that under Obama's administration, it was something like $3.4 million that was given to the Wuhan Institute. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Why?
3.7 million. Absolutely. Why? Because Barack Obama is complicit in this conspiracy. Okay. Now they want to blame the president. That's hogwash. So my question is, what did Kobe Bryant know that got him assassinated on the morning of the 26th of January, 2020, as we are teaching your audience the greatest global cover-up in human history? So Jeffrey Morgan Stiebel is the CEO of the Brain Gate, which he created in 2013, connected to the Brain Initiative, which specializes in MK Ultra mind control programs. And now MK Ultra was actually started not through the CIA in 1953 via Sidney Gottlieb. It was started by the Nazis, okay? Then after World War II, through Operation Paperclip, the Nazis helped create the Central Intelligence Agency, just like they helped to create NASA and their Luciferian project called Project Lucifer. Another topic for another day. So yeah,
another topic for another day. Project Lucifer tie in directly with the Jiznap. Huh? The Jiznizzle Bizzle, the bamboozle bobble. You dig what I'm talking about? Boy, you know what I mean? To inoculate the flesh. Ooh, we listen, we're just gonna keep going.
Then getting back to Jeff Steibel, who is
Peep the connections. People, how you making the connections? This has all been proven already.
the business partner of this Black Boule secret society member, Kobe Bean Bryant. So Jeff Steibel is presently under indictment by the states of California in Washington for Ponzi schemes. Wait a minute now. Who introduced Kobe Bryant to this man? And why didn't Kobe Bryant do his due diligence in checking out the background of this man by the name of Jeffrey Morgan Steibel? Now, as a side note, Kobe Bryant was killed on the 26th of January 2020, where? In Calabasas, California. Calabasas, California is the 33rd congressional district in the state of California. There's your 33 when it comes to the Masonic order. Oh man, so I'm flowing here. So then, Jeff Steibel, a member of Lightbow Foundation, but him and along with another man by the name of Mark Brockman, including Dr. Richard Dawkins, including Dr. Daniel Dennett, and Jeff Steibel and Epstein, all belong to the Mind, Brain, and Behavior Advisory Committee at Harvard University. That's interesting. And also another scholar that belongs to this organization, Mind, Brain, and Behavior Advisory Committee, a woman by the name of Christine Blasey Ford. Oh, who is she? Brett Kavanaugh. You remember that case. So as we're beginning to unpack the greatest global cover-up in human history. So BrainGate is connected to the Brain Initiative, which is connected to DARPA, the Defense Research Projects Agency, through the Pentagon and the Department of Defense, and IARPA, the Intelligence Advanced Research Projects Agency, Activity Agency, that through the BrainGate in the Brain Initiative, Jeff Steibel, Kobe Bryant's financial partner, is also connected to IARPA, the Intelligence Advanced Research Projects Activity Agency, through the CIA, the NSA, and through the Defense Intelligence Agency. Oh, these are connections and ley lines and dots that are blowing away the minds of your listeners as we are unpacking the greatest global cover-up in human history. Also, Project Pegasus, which specializes in time travel. Well, Kobe Bryant's business partner, Jeff Steibel, is a member of the Brain Initiative that's connected to time travel or Project Pegasus. See, Kobe Bryant got himself in way over his head with some very powerful people that I believe that took him out on that Sunday morning of January 26, 2020. Predictive programming. Jeff Steibel was a scholar when it came to predictive programming. Also, some of these foundations and initiatives and secret societies that Kobe Bryant was a member of, the Santa Fe Institute, the Theoretical Biology Initiative, the Institute for Advanced Studies, and Kobe Bryant, his friend, Jeff Steibel, Jeff Epstein, okay, Brockman, Dr. Daniel Dennett, okay, Stephen Pinsky out of Harvard, all of these men who are multimillionaires and billionaires were a part of the Edge Foundation, which Jeffrey Epstein gave hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, the logo of the Edge Foundation is the same logo of Microsoft Edge, of the all-seeing eye. Nothing is by accident. Oh, you guys are just, your minds are being blown. And stop me anytime as we're unpacking the greatest global cover-up in human history.
I'm, it's like we've done all this research and we've really but you're just putting it together so clearly and showing all these connections. And as you're talking, I'm just kind of looking up some of the stuff and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy how it's all connected. Rob, did you want to say anything on this point?
Not really. I mean, I've listened to, I think, a total of like 16 hours of Larry talking before. And it's like, it's just, there's so many mind-blowing things. Like I feel the same way as you.
Oh my God. And like everything you're bringing up, there's so many questions that I could branch off of, but I just want you to keep going. So I don't want to interrupt you, you know, but
not
I'm just
all.
like, but we're following along. Cause I mean, everything you're talking about is stuff that we've hit on in the past. And it's just amazing to see how super clear you can just connect the dots to all of this stuff. And when Project Pegasus, oh my God, this is crazy. This is like, I'm thinking, I'm just taking notes thinking this is a great topic to just dive into completely on its own.
And the fact that Kobe Bryant seems to be at the center, or his death at least, is at the center of all of these topics is actually mind-blowing. Like being able to use him as the example, because you could blow it off and just be like, oh, it's just a basketball player that passed away. It was an accident. And no, it clearly wasn't, right?
Yeah.
No, and you know what, Brother Ben and Brother Rob, you guys are 100% right. The death of Kobe Bryant is interconnected into the life of Jeffrey Steinbold, Jeffrey Epstein, Les Wexner, in connection to the Chinese, in connection to even Saudi Arabia, when I'm going to bring them up in a few minutes. And all of these, what I call secret societies, foundations, initiatives are all the intricate part of the schematical life of Kobe being Bryant, Now, as a side note, Kobe Bryant was also a member of what they call the ancient mystical order of the Rosicrucians. And then, Rob, you made mention of that term earlier. Kobe Bryant was a proponent of the secret society of the order of the Hibernians. Now, wait a minute now, I'm confused. So Kobe Bryant's moniker is the Black Mamba, which goes back thousands of years into Persian military history, where all the assassins, before they went into battle, in order for them to replicate the body and the mind of a mamba, they would drink the blood of the Black Mamba that they open up, and then thereby that gave them energy. That's part of spirit cooking. Kobe Bryant believed in that psyop because Kobe Bryant was a master of these orders, not just of the Boule Secret Society, the Thelema Secret Society, the Theosophical Secret Society of inversion, but also he named himself, after his rape case, Black Mamba. Why did he do that? Kobe didn't have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And if you don't have a relationship with Christ, there's a vacuum where automatically demons come in. Now, as a side note, not to get away from Jeff Steinbold, Epstein, and Kobe, as we're unpacking the greatest global cover-up in human history, I'm getting some emails as we speak, because I got people praying for me, a team, on every broadcast that I go to. One of our staff members, Lisa, she wanted me to share with you guys this term LSD. Now, LSD goes back during the times of the Nazis, now through Operation Paperclip, now in 1953 through Sidney Gottlieb, he created the medical site.
Now, I don't support this part of the video. Y'all gonna say, Cosmo, you pseudo as hell, because I think how he about to connect this up is pseudo as shit. I do not support everything that this brother is saying. What he about to say about LSD, oh man. But you did what I'm talking about. I'm rocking with the rest of it though. But this was a little bit of a reach right here, but it's all good.
Scientific psyop of LSD. What is the first letter of Lucifer? L. What is the first letter of Satan? S. What is the first letter of devil? D. There's your LSD. Now,
reach. Oh, but we gonna go ahead.
now let's get back to Kobe.
I never knew that.
Look, dude, amazed too. Yeah, that's amazing, cuz. He just dog just put that together real quick. Hey man, hey, that was quick right there. Dog put that together. Hey, you can tell he a pastor. He quick on his toes, man. Look, shout out to Reverend Saul Shook.
Ever. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
that was
It's all
crazy.
interconnected. I love teaching. I'm telling you, there's such a passion over me every time I go.
You can tell, though. You can tell he not playing. You dig what I'm talking about? He not playing. He really love this shit. Shout out to Jehovah, man. Peace to the gang and all the righteous goddesses, gods out there.
On a radio show or a podcast, because I absolutely love awakening the minds of the people, which is more than all the gold in Fort Knox. So then all of these foundations that Kobe Bryant and Jeffrey Steibel and the late Jeffrey Epstein and Les Wexner, and one of the connections also through Jeff Steibel to Epstein is a woman by the name of Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay? Her father was
we see how this turned out. Watch this.
Was the late Robert Maxwell, who was an
Mossad.
asset of both Mossad in the British MI6. So Ghislaine Maxwell created a foundation which Kobe Bryant supported called the Telmar Foundation, which they concentrate.
We know what happened with Telmar. Oh, that shit got everybody caught up. That's where the whole list and everything come from. But watch this.
Traded on many oceanic sea waters and fishes and make sure that the oceans were clean. That's garbage. The Telmar Foundation was a front for pedophilia, which Kobe did not know, was a front for child trafficking through what we call admiralty law or maritime law. And allow me to explain that. If a parent, right, a man and a woman, they go on a cruise, let's say to Cyprus, and they're Americans, and that wife has a child on near the waters near Cyprus. That child now has a dual citizenship. They are both a U.S. citizen and a citizen of Cyprus. That's called admiralty law or maritime law. So through the Telmar Project Foundation, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the whore for Jeffrey Epstein, I gotta tell it like it is. She's on the run now. She had
this 2020. Remember, didn't none of that play out for Ghislaine Maxwell yet? This still beginning of COVID, or all that just happened. You dig what I'm talking about? So she hadn't been to court. She hadn't been filed. Remember, she ran for a while. They caught up with none of that had happened yet. So that would, at least she went on the run, what, a year almost? You dig what I'm talking about? So man, watch this.
Recruited women, teenage kids, and even female little girls as young as 8, 9, 10 years old that would go not just on the Lolita Express, the jet plane of the former Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein, as a side note, also owned a Sikorsky 76B helicopter, just like Kobe did. Okay, so getting back to Ghislaine Maxwell, through admiralty law or maritime law, they would take little girls and little boys all over the world, even on ships,
proven
planes.
factually.
And so they would use the maritime laws in order to initiate child marriages. These are sick people.
These
are
has been proven
psychopaths
factually, y'all.
and sociopaths.
Court documents already been put out about it.
Of the global Luciferian Illuminati
Remember,
system.
This is
Okay,
4 years ago.
Stop me anytime if you guys have any questions. So as we continue on here, talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. Now, why did Kobe Bryant get assassinated? Kobe Bryant was in the process of suing 3 major pharmaceutical companies in this country. The NSAID theory.
Now watch this. This is where it get Mickey and tricky. Ooh-wee. Like my brother Malachi Maccabee said, get Mickey and tricky. Boy, this some dirt. Now look at the players. Insights, Therapeutics, Acorn, and High Tech. What High Tech make, y'all? Huh? High Tech make what? Don't High Tech make syrup? But there's more. Watch who these. Remember the name John Kapoor. Y'all look this nigga. Watch this, bro.
Therapeutic Corporation, which owns the Acorn Incorporation, which owns High Tech Pharmaceuticals out of Lacrosse, Georgia. Now, the former owner of these 3 pharmaceutical companies was a man by the name of John Kapoor, who is now in prison for 66 months because...
What? Hold on, let's run it back. Let's run it back. Watch this.
Sick people. These are psychopaths. As we continue on here, the NSAID Therapeutic Corporation, which owns the Acorn Incorporation, which owns High Tech Pharmaceuticals out of Lacrosse, Georgia. Now, the former owner of these 3 pharmaceutical companies was a man by the name of John Kapoor, who is now in prison for 66 months because he was lacing his weight loss pills with opioid substances. Now there's a new chairman of High Tech Pharmaceuticals. His name is Jared Wheat. Well, he was lacing his weight loss pills under the label of Black Mamba. That's Kobe Bryant's registered nickname. Kobe Bryant was going to expose 3 of some of the most powerful pharmaceutical companies in this country. Okay, the NSAID Therapeutic Corporation, the Acorn, and High Tech. Guess who owns those 3 companies? Okay, besides John Kapoor and Jared Wheat, the Novartis AG Group out of Basel, Switzerland. So then, I believe Kobe Bryant was taken out. He was scheduled to go to court that following Wednesday, the 29th, had he lived. So these are some of the most powerful pharmaceutical companies in this world. Now, as a side note, quickly, gentlemen, again, Jeffrey Morgan Stiebel is introduced to Kobe Bryant. Guess who else was introduced to Kobe Bryant in 2016? A Chinese woman by the name of Cindy Wenjun Mi. Well, this Miss Wenjun Mi co-created an online children's educational initiative called VipKid, capital VIPKID, which is controlled by CCP, the Chinese Communist Party out of Beijing. Now, I'm not against the 1.4 billion Chinese. Those are my brothers and sisters, okay? I am against that evil regime in Beijing. Now, as a side note, every president and premier in the history of the Chinese presidency from 1949, Mao Zedong, to now in 2020 with President Xi Jinping are all related through Illuminati blood through the Li dynasty, which is the 9th Illuminati family on the Knights of the Round Table. You see these connections here.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's something that we've been talking about a lot, you know, about the CCP, and we make a very clear distinction. It's like we're actually trying to help the people of China because they're the ones being suppressed and controlled more than any other country right now because it's just so horrible. And we talk a lot about the horrible persecutions, the live organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners and underground Christians, because in China, most of the teachings of Jesus are left out of the Bible. So there's actually underground Christian churches that smuggle in the real Bible, and a lot of them are being arrested. When the CCP finds out where the churches are, they're destroying those churches. And then again, you know how you have the peaceful meditation group of Falun Gong that is just being hammered so hard, and it's just horrible what is going on.
Well, and not only that, but like the way we try to explain it to people is, you know, the CCP is like, it's like a possessing entity. It actually has nothing to do with the Chinese people itself. No. And there's a lot of, you know, these racism accusations being thrown about for talking about the coronavirus. And
that's interesting. He said it's a possessing entity.
Talking about the China or the Chinese. And honestly, it could be, it should be clearly stated that it is, we call it, actually, Ben and I actually call it the CCP virus, because this virus actually revolves around the CCP. All roads seem to lead back there right now, and it's actually kind of mind-blowing. And people need to understand that this is a possessing entity that has taken control of these people. It's sort of like the synagogue of Satan and the Jews, actually. You know, they're not real Jews. They're Satanists. Call them Satanists. They're not Jewish.
I'm going to say something to you, and I thank God for you, Brother Ben and Brother Rob, because, you know, I always say this to every show that I go on. You guys are also teaching me as well.
And it doesn't end here. If you want more mind-blowing content from Larry Gators himself, go to Edge.
Wow. You dig what I'm saying? I thought that was deep. You dig what I'm talking about? That's crazy, man. Like, some of that information, you dig what I'm talking about, we kind of already knew. You dig what I'm talking about? Which goes more to show that he was being truthful. You dig what I'm talking about? Them connections with the pharmaceutical companies, man, make so much sense. You know what I mean? Especially being that John Kapoor was put as the front to be the fall man anyway, right? He already out. You dig what I'm talking about? With a gang of money in a new company. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all think it's a mistake that high tech just start popping with the scissor? Start popping. I don't know. Well, you dig what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna even say it's nowhere. You dig what I'm talking about? But I got the I'm gonna drop the link again. You dig what I'm talking about, just in case anybody want to come through, come chop it with your cousin. You dig what I'm talking about, Cosmonian. It should be pinned at the top of the chat, but you dig what I'm saying. It was an interesting video. That's what I would say, man. It was something on me to just play it. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Fitz Foxwell. You dig what I'm talking about? Shooting that one through for me, man. It was interesting. You know what I mean? One thing I can say about bruh is I think he genuinely trying to help. And, you know, whether, you know, is, you know, 90% correct or 99% correct or 100% correct, he got 90 of it right. You dig what I'm talking about? And that's some crazy information, man. And just like the sister was saying, man, now that you see some of these situations that people get into, man, it make you take a second look like, dude, that don't even make sense. How? And to know that there are entities out there that just, you know what I mean, just evil. You know what I mean? Utterly evil, man. To know that they out there, you know what I mean, like that is it's crazy. You know what I mean? But it also is what it is. You know, I always try to, you know, take things as they present it. You dig what I'm talking about? Like, if somebody showed me who you are, right? When you in that quiet time, in that downtime, you know what I mean, in that time where it ain't no benefit for you, right? When somebody showed me, for instance, that they not about me, you dig what I'm talking about? I tend to believe it. You know what I mean? I take them at face value. You know? It is what it is, man. Yeah. Anybody want to come through? Hit the link, chop it up with your cousin. What we got back here? We got the Prince.
Bless up, bless up. Can y'all hear me?
Man, gang coming through clear. What's good, family?
Man, you know, just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like everybody else.
That's right.
Yeah, man. I was just blown away by the fact that we had so many sellouts in our community back in the day, man. W.E. Du Bois, all them Negroes. That was crazy.
Yeah,
that was yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't shocking, you know what I mean, knowing what I know now. But looking back at it, the depths that is took.
Right,
you know
man.
It you know, I got people who I love. You dig what I'm talking about? That'll give me their last year, you know what I mean? They last dime. You dig what I'm talking about? They shirt off their back. That's part of these communities, these fraternities, sororities, and you dig what I'm talking about? And I'm not even sure that they know this information.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, the top people know what's really going on, but the people that's just pledging in the colleges, they have no idea that this go all the way back to, you know, the very people that's been oppressing your nation your whole entire life. That I mean, I got a lot of family members that's Kappas and Omegas and all of that. You know, I'm like, if they would have seen this, they'd have been jaw dropped. You know. So.
You dig what I'm talking about? Them my boys.
Yeah, them niggas is wild. Yeah, I love them niggas too.
You dig what I'm talking about? Them my guys, man. Shout out my Uncle G too. And but you dig what I'm talking about? Knowing them. You dig what I'm talking about? I believe. I know. Most of them, if they knew this information going into it, you dig what I'm talking about? They wouldn't even know into it.
Nah, heck no.
But also, you dig what I'm talking about? You do got that. You do got you some W.E.B. Du Boises.
That's the tripped out part about the whole situation, the whole organization, and let's keep them in the crab in the bucket syndrome. Like they organized and created that whole system of oppression using our people, the ones that we praise and glorify and salute. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
It's crazy. Man, he said the Boule was created to keep the intellectual Negroes away from Garvey. I said, damn.
Yeah, that blew my mind, bro. I mean, I know people probably heard that before, but I was the first time I heard that. Like, what?
Yeah, that blew my mind, bro. That blew my mind. You dig what I'm talking about? That's the first time I heard of that. And then I go and do a little study, and I find it's true. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm like, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, ain't no way.
Right.
Ain't no way W.E.B. Du Bois then sold out this bad.
Man, he was literally written it down. This is why we made, like, what? Yeah, that's crazy, man. But but it just lets you know I'd be so thankful to the creator though, man, because I mean, any of us could have been caught up in that. You know, I just never been one to, you know,
to be
basically
on
be,
fake shit, no
yeah,
follower.
no follower shit, yeah.
I ain't got that whole nigga bone in my body. I ain't got that. You dig what I'm talking about? This is why I don't owe nobody nothing. You dig what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm talking about? And I play it fair and square. You dig what I'm talking about? Because so if somebody did do something, I'm all in the rights on why.
Exactly. Exactly. And why I'm finna take off on you. You already know.
It is what it is. We in the Cosmine era. We gonna be high raised spiritually, but we gonna be high raised physically at the same time. You're gonna have to deal with this evil all on your own. You hear me?
What? You better get ready. But yeah, I'm thankful for the information that you brought out tonight, man. That was dope. That was deep. How because my uncle used to always tell me you got to kind of know your enemy. You know what I'm saying? And he used to always listen to the conspiracy channels and listen to people behind the scenes talking about the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, all of that shit. So I got saturated with that as a youngin because he taught me that lesson. Like, you got to know what your enemies is doing. And that's kind of what you was able to bring out tonight, was to show us what's been going on behind the scenes, even with our own brothers, who we thought was our, you know what I'm saying? But they were, yeah. What you said?
Look what Iman say. They called Garvey the sellout when it was Du Bois the whole time.
That's crazy, bro. I remember when I was locked up, I felt so educated reading Du Bois in my cell, thinking I'm educating my mind. Just thinking back on that, like, damn, this nigga was a sellout the whole time. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. You dig what I'm talking about? Now, you dig what I'm saying? You know, it's just like you said. It's that pouring forth of this new light, this higher light. What I'm talking about? This constant growth, this elevation. You dig what I'm talking about? What people are calling the vibratory rate. You dig what I'm talking about? It's really just Ethereum light smashing down onto the planet, moving at a faster perceivable at a faster but perceivable level.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
You dig what I'm talking about? That's going this is why you know, when we get to talking about events in like 2048 and all that stuff, you dig what I'm talking about? It's actually amazing to think about that anything could happen. Don't know, man.
Man, I be looking at every single day I wake up, man, the possibilities of my days to be such a high vibratory day or whatever. Like, I feel the creator inspire me directly, and my friends and people around me. It's like, man, this is a whole new level of light that we're receiving, and we got the power to like transmute energy, to bring light to dark situations, to pull niggas out of dark. Like, I never felt it like I'm feeling it in Cosmine right now. I don't know what's gonna happen in 2048, but I know I'm trying to get my vibration ready and my children's vibration ready. Yeah, get your God body right now. Get that purification, your diet right now. It don't take no time, really. Jehovah right there with all of us, man. Shoot.
You ahead of the game if you can get your diet under control. Just understand that.
Way ahead of the game.
You way ahead of the game. You so far ahead of the game. If you can get that diet under control,
alternate or kick.
Man, you're gonna be hearing angels, discerning vortexes all day, it becomes so much easier. I know it to be true because I'm doing it myself. Yeah. When I was on the meet, man, I'm telling you, I was feeling low vibrational all the time. I was always low vibrational, like kind of always on the edge of angry, mad, sad, like, you know what I'm saying? Because of my diet. When I changed over, bro.
Yeah, you start to perceive a little bit different. You dig what I'm talking about? The first things I noticed personally was the words start popping off off the page is different. Like the good stuff comes literally off the page. It glows. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't know how to explain that. You did
No,
what
no,
I'm
I know
talking
what you're saying. Yeah, shoot. I was a
about?
little bit dyslexic at one point, and when I started getting my diet right, literally, I could read better. I could understand. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hey,
And
Yeah,
think faster.
hey,
Yeah.
someone come to the
yeah,
park.
yeah,
Someone
yeah,
come to
yeah,
the
yeah,
park.
exactly, bro. You did what I'm talking about. This is why I would if don't nobody get nothing, I would always recommend that
Yeah.
everybody get your bitters from your boy Shalom. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Keep
Yes,
you
sir.
detox. You dig what I'm talking about? If not even detox, keep you an immune system booster. But
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: Selah's herbal detoxes will keep them drudges off your back. You know what I'm saying?
it'll keep that Rona off your crown. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
Rona up off you. Hey, what it say?
It's 2, 3,
Oh, look, I can pull that up real quick.
2, 3.
I know it's the Book of Cosmology and Prophecy.
I was just reading that today, bro. That's crazy you brought that up.
Chapter 8 and 15.
Nigga, I was just reading that verse today. That's crazy. Literally, earlier today, I was sitting in the trailer with my cousin. I opened up Cosmogony and Prophecy because we was talking about stars and quasars and all of that. And I was telling them that you got to understand stars in order to understand prophecy. Because when Osiris came down, he literally taught man to read the star maps so that they could prophesy things before time, like famines and disasters and stuff like that. And we was right there in Cosmogony and Prophecy, chapter 8, literally like 5 hours ago, bro. I can't make that up.
That's crazy. The synchronicity in the whole thing is the dope part. Give me a second, bro. Give me a second.
Take your time.
You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I gotta go put my phone in real quick, and we're gonna get right back to it.
Yeah, we on the way.
What's my football?
You in here in the game, man.
Mm. Huh? No, good. Okay. Hey, someone go far, someone go far, someone go far, someone go far. I'm gonna dime. I'm gonna go dime too. Go far, go far.
You about to get sacked.
Yo.
Oh, snap, my bad.
Yeah.
Bro.
They loud. What's up in the background? They loud in the mud.
Man, that's my little cousin, man, over here getting whooped up on the game.
What up, cuzzo?
I'm gonna walk up out the room.
Check
It'd be
this
cold.
out,
It'd be
man.
cold. Go ahead.
Check this out. This is the Book of Cosmogony and Prophecy, chapter 8 and 15. Look what it say. This is 1881, y'all. This is before the first viruses was even found. Called the Moses virus. Right? That didn't come to the 1890s. This 1881. Watch this. This is how we handle, as faithists, this is how we handle running around. Right?
Thanks.
The inoculation. What? In 1881? The inoculation or vaccination of flesh with poison or a vaccine to save it from poison, bacteria, viruses, disease, is to use the battle axe of Satan.
Damn.
Man shall learn the higher laws are saved by virtue instead of vice. What I'm talking about. And y'all better understand, if you scared and afraid, and you know what I mean, people coming to do something to you, you're losing your job, you better get with the Creator, because he was so far ahead thinking. He was so far ahead thinking you can get away with this on religious, on quote unquote religious ideology or belief of why you don't take it. This why the faithists didn't get sick.
And he said it's another part too, a lesson that the Creator taught dealing with doing good works. as a way of healing yourself from diseases instead of taking another poison to fight a poison. Just start doing good works to your brothers and sisters, and that actually heals you. That right there in itself, that blew my mind when I read that in OSP, and I think it's Nazarene Acts.
Say it again.
It's in the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles too, I believe, where it said that if you really want to heal yourself, start doing good works of service unto others, and that vibration actually brings healing to your cells. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. As well as changing your diet and all that stuff to the, no death and all that. But yeah, that inoculation that he said, that's the battle axe of Satan.
Battle axe of Satan, man. You dig what I'm talking about? We're gonna have to get into this right here too. Vortex. Right? The same force vortex here pervades the entire universe, but differently according to volume, velocity, and configuration. Now, understanding that vortex, you dig what I'm talking about, is the spin or push that is towards the center of the vortex from its extremity. The movement, you dig what I'm talking about, but it's the sublimated material in the ether, right? Which can't be seen, which looks like dark black space. You dig what I'm talking about? That actually is the physical body that moves forward to gain kinetic, what they call kinetic or electric
friction,
energy, right? In heat. You know what I mean?
So ether, although it's invisible to our eyes, it's actually composed of substance. Yeah.
It's said to be fluid. Like, you dig what I'm talking about? That makes sense when you apply as above, so below. You dig what I'm talking about? Being that ether on Earth sublimates physical.
Right.
So
exactly.
Since that the ether's above, which is a fluid also, you dig what I'm talking about? Sublimates corporeal material. But the thing is, how do you prove this? Right? How do you prove that the same force, vortexia, pervades the entire universe, but differently according to volume, velocity, and configuration? My thing is, I don't think you'd be able to see the sublimated material being magnetized or electrified or put in vortexy in motion, right? How would you prove that there is an all-pervasive force, right, in the universe? You would judge it by, but that is the subtlest force and can't be physically detected. You would look for its results upon all matter. And the one thing that they say is everywhere that we can't get away from is radio electromagnetivity or electromagnetic. Well, then that gets it back to what, if your belief is electricity and magnetism are two different things, what allows them to combine? You dig what I'm talking about? And then move in a pattern. You see what I'm saying? Which they conflate is light. Electricity and magnetism is light.
It's light.
Right? So my theory, my new Cosmonian theory of the proof of the ethers, right, is to look at how it reacts, because you dig what I'm talking about? It pervades, but it acts differently according to volume, velocity, and configuration. But what it produces on everything doesn't, right? Its emission is what we would look for. right?
Mm-hmm.
That produces volume, velocity, and configuration, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put the theory forward that thing that we're looking for is electromagnetic radiation. It is byproduct of ether on sublimated material, because you can't point a spectrometer or any sort of test to measure magnetism and not get a reading. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm talking about? Even in deep space, it's everywhere. So the only thing that we could think about that is everywhere, right, would be the creator, like air, right? But even air must be compressed to be able to even be breathable.
Right.
So we still looking for the result of an unseen force in any fission or any positive charge added to any corporality should produce an emission, right? Wouldn't that emission be radiation?
It makes sense. I mean, I feel like the study of the unseen forces upon things is obviously tricky. I'm not gonna act like I get it all, but that is the point to me. Is like, for instance, if we looking at astrology, for instance, because I've been studying astrology lately, it's been on my mind a lot. That's why I was looking at cosmogony and prophecy earlier today, talking to my homie, because you know, people been saying that astrology is this or it's that, it's witchcraft, whatever. But the effects of the unseen forces of the planets in the zodiac and in the solar system, that can be measured. You see what I'm saying? We can actually look at certain planetary alignments and what do you call them, conjunctions or whatever, and we can see the unseen forces of these planetary alignments taking place throughout humanity and throughout, you know, certain events all the time. You see what I'm saying? That's always occurring.
Now, and if they want to get clarity on it, you tell them this: Book of Cosmogony 8 and 17. Tell them prophecy is not guesswork.
That's what I was on. That's exactly what I was showing my brother today. I went straight to that verse, and I was showing them that the reason why Osiris put the star maps up there is so that we can properly and accurately predict future events.
Fact.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's not witchcraft to read the stars or look at astrology. None of that is witchcraft. Matter of fact, it behooves us to actually study it and learn the effects of the unseen forces upon us as humanity, so we can better navigate our course through this journey.
Look what it say. It say absolute rules govern all things. A few individuals in a nation or of a people are a small matter, nor must the prophet be swayed. One fraction by the pretensions of a people.
Because 2 + 2 is 4. You see what I'm saying? It's absolute laws that govern prophecy. So you can't just be like, oh, because the people want it this way. You know, that's what Aaron did back in the wilderness with Moshe in the Torah. He was persuaded by the people and built a golden calf to some false deity. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta be able to understand these things in a real way so you can apply them every day. But a lot of people, they just, you know, they just guess in prophecy. They just, oh, my brother, I feel the Lord telling me something I need to tell you of you. Nah, man. That's not how this that's not how this get out, big bro. If you ain't showing me calculations, times, numbers like 11, 33, 66, 99.
Hey, listen, if you first of all, if you didn't start with the vortex, you don't know what the hell you talking about.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. We in kindergarten. I'm so happy we got OSP so we can start actually learning.
Right.
Because I don't know what we've been doing in these religions our whole life, man, thinking we was prophesying and all. Man, we wasn't even cracking the surface. We was still eating on chicken bones and pretending to be drinking the blood of of Jesus. Like, what? What was we really on?
Blood of Jesus.
Man, somebody said something on Facebook earlier had me dying. They said I can't. They said the reason why people they put in they I forget what they said. He said it blows my mind how people keep putting their trust in Jesus in his hands when they know he got holes in them or something like that. I just shared the Credit Gang chat because it had me cracking up when I seen that. I felt bad, but I still laughed. You know what I mean? But you know, man, it's a lot of stuff of stuff we learn. Yeah, go ahead.
This deep right here, bro. This deep. I'm gonna just start at 9 and 7. Right? We just skip through a waspy a little bit, dipping and dabbling. You dig what I'm talking about? Dipping through the atmospheric heavens. You dig what I'm talking about? But I got my space goggles on and I'm peeping stuff. You dig what I'm talking about? Dig this. It say the true prophet has attained concord or oneness. The vortexian currents of any and everything pass through him. He sees, feel with his soul. He is a perpetual register of everything near at hand. And if he cultivates his talent so as to estimate results from them, the future and the past are like an open book to him. That which is erroneously called instinct in animals is the capacity to be moved by the positive and negative vortex.
Ooh, now that feel like me right there, bro. I like that. Go ahead.
And if the positive and negative currents were equal in duration, the sexes born into the world would be equal in number. Notice that there are more females on the planet than there are males. So that means we are still in a negatively charged state. That means we're constantly bringing forth. Because to be negative is cool and receptive and have the ability to take in and then grow. You dig what I'm talking about? Like the woman.
That's beautiful.
You give the woman a house, a home. You dig what I'm talking about? You give her seed, she turns to a tree. You dig what I'm talking about? So, so we see we still in a good state right now. You dig what I'm talking about? Being that there are more women on the earth than men. That's good. You want to be negative.
It's an old axiom.
What you want. You don't want, because see, negative on the scale, they call it ma'at, right? Or the balance of the universe, right? See, negative is not evil. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dark is not bad. They are necessaries. You dig what I'm talking about? Ain't no negative without no positive.
Right.
And that don't exist. There's nothing. You dig what I'm talking about? You dig
it would cancel out each other.
Not if it was all positive, you dig what I'm talking about? It would destroy everything.
Nothing will be birthed. Nothing can come forth because you gotta have something to receive it. Yeah.
You gotta have something to receive. If it's always constantly giving and giving and giving and giving, I'm wondering, is that the ideal of living forever? You dig what I'm talking about? That's what they was trying to sell to men back then in the day.
See, I was gonna say there's an old axiom that says too. My mom and them used to say that when girls are born, peace come to the earth. When it's a lot of girls on the, and that's what it is right now. Not saying it's peace on earth, but it's a better time.
I never heard that that saying before, but it rings true.
If you have a lot of sons, it's a sign that it might be a war soon. If you got a lot of daughters, it's a sign of peace. That's what my grandma used to say.
Look, dig this. Males are the manifestation of positive vortexes.
That's crazy.
Negative, right? We're talking about as in energy, y'all. You dig what I'm talking about? The more positive the female, the less fruitful. But the opposite of this is the male's power. So to be positive in the male is to be fruitful. To be receptive in the female is to be fruitful. Not evil. A necessity, just like you are. For man, listen, this is why we always stress the very first law. The diet.
And purification.
Purification of the flesh. Dig this. For man, herb fruit cultivates the negative condition. Huh? But
yep, that's what I've been on.
Food increases the positive, or alkaline. For herb food creates the alkaline condition. But flesh food creates the acidic. Which is to say, flesh food carries man away from prophecy. Away
That's
from
crazy.
So that whole saying of you are what you eat, it totally different. Do your homework on being on you are what you eat.
Yeah, man, that's real.
A nation of meat eaters will always culminate in disbelievers in spirituality. Wow. And they become addicted to corporeal passions. Such men cannot understand. Look at that. Look at that. Such men cannot. That's a strong word. They can't get it. Even if you try to explain it to them. They can't.
That's crazy.
To them, if poor, the world is vanity and vexation. Or if rich, a place to revel in for lust's sake. Let the prophet dig this. Let the prophet steer clear of them. Neither marrying with them, nor having anything in common with them. For although a man learns all the motions and powers of the corporeal worlds, when we just talking about astrology,
right, vortexia,
the ability to prophesy. For although a man learns all the motions and powers of the corporeal worlds, his information is still only like a drop of water compared to the ocean. Hold on. For although a man learns all the motions, all
everything,
the powers of the corporeal world, sun, moon, stars, quasars, his information is still only like a drop of water compared to the sea. What? When measured by the seer and prophet who sees the atmospherian and etherian worlds, man. What is y'all doing?
We got to catch up. We so far behind. Man.
Jesus, he is impediment between you and your creator. Huh? But we get why you can't.
Straight up. And it's simple. That's what I say, man. I mean, Cosmon, this always, since I got into OSP, I think like last year, November, I've been in OSP like a year and a half or whatever. But since I've been down, I've been thinking to myself, like, I know Creator is with everybody at every stage where they at. You know what I'm saying? He there. And it's not to say that you can't get it because you know you hold on to whatever level of light that you got until a higher light come. I'm so thankful that I was able to receive the higher light because I was already moving in the right ways with the lesser light. Even when I was in darkness, I was eating chicken, but I was like, man, I don't like, I'm gonna stop eating meat. You know, I was doing that, stop eating fast food, stop drinking sodas, all of that. When I was in 7th grade, I stopped eating fast food like McDonald's and all, In-N-Out, in 7th grade. So I always had my Ashars and my ASAPs, you know what I'm saying, guiding me along, even though I was in darkness. And that's just the goodness of the Creator, you know. But once you,
I was eating like a savage till I was
what?
What I'm well, yeah, nigga, till I was 40. Ate like a savage.
I feel you. That's what I'm saying. That's why I love John so much, because he still was right there.
Yeah, listen, I had when I got a WASP, I was still eating meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Just convict you because it tell you it's clear. Nigga, you got to live your highest life. If you know that that's the best for you, then what you do?
That. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? For you not to do it is its own payment, and it's death. It's a death. You dig what I'm talking about? So you know, it is what it is. You got to choose this for yourself. But and my thing is, if you can get past the hump here, boy, first of all, you're gonna see the result here.
Right.
That's the first thing. This is what they don't get. You're gonna see the results here. And that whole ideology of you gotta be vegan. That's not what
Nah.
Right. And then they knew some people who went vegetarian or whatever, and they was sickly, and you lying.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't met nobody who was a vegetarian for a year or better and went back and it just tell you, listen, I just craved that. You did what you're talking about. I just wanted I wanted a burger or whatever, nigga. So it is what it is. You did what I'm talking about. They'll tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You did what I'm talking about.
I was off and on for a while, but once I started feeling the vibration, like I say, you gonna know. Like the Book of Escher tells you, and I think it's the first chapter of the Book of Escher in Owaspy, where it says that you'll be able to, if you listen and heed the words of our big brother, you're gonna be able to understand the heavens and the unseen worlds in mortality, like right now.
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Let me show you something. This crazy, right? Because
but that's what they were saying too in the Book of Cosmogony, chapter 8. We just read that the prophets, they were able to see because they had started to change their diets and stuff. You see what I'm saying? But it was another part in there too. I can't remember. I slipped my mind that fast. I need some of that sticky icky. I ain't smoked all day. My mind's tripping. No, I'm playing.
No,
but it was saying something similar to that though. In cosmogony.
Yeah, I was just about to say something too. I was just about to go because Owaspy say damn near what you were just saying, that the whole purpose.
Oh, right, to be able to understand the unseen world's immortality,
is to see. Hold on, where is that?
I think it's Escher chapter 1.
That's
Escher 1, no?
Is that Escher? I thought that was.
I mean, I don't know. I only been reading Owaspy for a couple of years, my bro. I could be wrong. I'm so glad we got this mug though, boy. This mug changed the game. for me, I'm like, yeah. Oh, that's what you were saying in the cosmogony and prophecy when he was saying that to the prophet, all the vortices pass through him, and he discerns. He can discern it as they using the rules of prophecy, of course. But yeah, that concept right there is dope.
Yeah.
It's real fire. Because the way that I kind of sit back at this point, being 35 years old, I'm like, okay, sometimes I get into a mode where I just let everything kind of come to me, and I try to find my place of stillness within, knowing that the creator is everywhere present. I ain't got nothing to fear. I ain't got nothing to rush. You know what I mean? Just take my time with Jaja and learn. So I started letting everything come to me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to make shit happen, just do good to my brothers and wait, And so when I started doing that, I realized that you really are feeling, like, I'm feeling the vortices of the fucking planets. Excuse my language, but I'm feeling the inspiration of the green trees, and I'm hearing the sounds of the birds and the bees, and all that inspiration is coming to me from Jaja. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, you giving all this energy, all this light, all this love to me, and I'm just sitting here absorbing it, and then I can utilize it to go help somebody else.
Check
You
this,
know what
man.
I'm saying? That mug is crazy.
Jake. I'm surgical with it, Jake.
Oh, you already know that.
Surgical with it, Jake. I just had to. You did what I'm talking about. Go back.
The gamma ray.
Dig this. This is the whole purpose of OWASP.
Okay, here we go.
Not immaculate. Not immaculate. Have you ever heard a book purported to be from a higher being, the creator, sun, moon, stars, and tell you the shit ain't immaculate? Well, that makes sense because it came through a man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying, no, nigga, I'm not perfect. Okay? Never heard that ever before. That blew my mind. It gives it a hint of authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, I'm really trying to tell y'all the truth. I'm not
right.
telling you.
I ain't trying to get over on you. Right.
Yeah. Not immaculate is this book, OWASP, the book of earth, sky, and spirit. But to teach mortals how to attain to hear the creator's voice.
There
Let's
it is.
stop right there. Let's stop
That's
right
it,
there.
man.
The whole point of OWASP is to teach people how to hear the creator's voice. Those in declension. Those in declension call this their conscience. Huh? You gonna learn one day to listen to your father.
Right.
You gonna learn that voice that you call your conscience, right, is really the creator.
Yep. Man, that changed everything for me, guys. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I was out here in these streets thinking I was losing my everlasting mind, bro. I was hearing voices and all this, you know what I mean, having all this fear and anxiety from these religious, feeling I'm going to the hell. Man, telling you, man, when I found out how to hear Jehovah's voice based on his character, it changed. It don't matter what inspirations come to me from an angel or a mortal. If it hits my eardrum and it doesn't resonate with the character of the creator, the all voice, the all person,
right. It ain't right.
Nigga, I don't have to follow that.
Right.
You know, I'm telling that spirit.
And to go a little further with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. The book, OWASP, its whole purpose is to teach mortals how to hear the creator's voice and to see his heavens. Uh-oh. Hold on. In full consciousness. Don't need no trance, don't need no medium, don't need no mudras, you don't need no tantric prayers, you don't need no meditation, you don't need none of that shit. He said you gonna see it in full consciousness. The thing is, what you are or is what you're viewing through clean enough to perceive what's right in front of you? Is your diamond dirty?
Hell yeah. I'm a diamond in the rough. I'm playing.
You dig what I'm talking about? Well, that's going to skew your view. How do you start to clean up? It's a very easy thing. First of all, diet and taking baths. That'll take care of all the physical parts. Your diet and taking baths every day.
Every day, man, head to toe. Wash your spirit too.
Your ass in the shower in the morning and your stinking ass in the shower
at night.
In that bed next to your lady, feeling all nasty and gritty.
Kendrick Lamar got a song where he said in the chorus that shit don't change until you get up and wash your ass, nigga. Nothing changes until you wash yourself.
So I don't need no hallucinogens. I can ride down the street, be driving, look up, see the heavens. Oh man, they having a Super Bowl party up there. You dig what I'm talking about? Hold on. But while still living on the earth, and to know, this is deep, not to believe, not to think, not to assume, not to just have faith, but to know in truth the place and condition waiting for them after they death.
After death.
Wait, do you got a system or order for rising in the heavens? Let me show y'all a little something. Let me see if I can dip off into this thing real quick, because I put a little thing together. a little
stupid.
Thing. Let me show you. Let me see if I can bring this up real quick, y'all.
It's about to be a full moon, y'all. I'm outside right now. I can see the moon. It's almost all the way full. It's like a little bit of corner ain't full yet.
Do they got an order? Do they got a rank and an order? Huh?
Oh, you know they do.
Do they?
I was on Selah's video on that, the system in order of angels.
You dig what I'm talking about? Yeah, you dig what I'm talking about? What is an angel? Source, Cambridge Dictionary, a spiritual being. In some religions, who is believed to be a messenger of God, usually represented as having a human form with wings. Here we go from a waspy, an angel, a spirit man or woman. The word spirit does not define whether man or animal, but is sometimes used instead of angel. See spirit. Spirit. Source, OWA synonymous. But not directly with angel. So it's synonymous. But when we say water, this is deep. I had to dig. We may not mean the ocean. When we say the ocean, we mean water. Same with spirit and angel. When we say angel, or when we say spirit, we may not mean the angel, but when we say, we mean the spirit.
Exactly. Easy work.
You see what I'm saying? I had to think on that for a minute. Yeah. Now, when we say angel, we do mean a spirit. But when we say spirit, we may not mean an angel. So spirit means the expression of an entity is spirit. For example, how one expresses and what is expressed are the results of the state of the spirit, right? So we was asking, do you have a system in order for your ascension into the atmospheric and etheric heavens after you die? Did your God think enough to take the spooky away from you? See, right in the first resurrection education, right? Got right here the angelic ranks of angels ascend, entered apprentice, craftsman, physician for 50 years, interfactor for 12 years, food transporter for 12 years, large body transporter. This may even be planets. A creative is a designer, right? But he's a condenser of sublimated corporeal material. If somebody did this on Earth, made something out of nothing, you'd say it was magic. Owaspy is teaching you this is science, just misunderstood. This is what Tesla knew in the 369. Ooze learner, or a destroyer, a sublimator. You entered the college for 40 years. You entered architecture for 8 years. You build judgment seats and thrones for 18 years. Enter the school of light and darkness. A school, hold on. You got a school for mastering light and darkness.
That's funky right there. I remember one time I was
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I was sitting in the darkness one time thinking like, man, it's actual angels and spirits in the S world that can probably see me perfectly clear in the darkness because they've taken classes on how to manipulate dark and light. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real thing.
To hear you from a galaxy away.
And
then hold on. And be able to answer. Wait. You God then.
Right. You up there, boy.
Hold on. You gonna make heavenly boats and be a ship navigator and builder for 24 years.
That's dope.
And then after you
it gets better.
Hold on. Hold on. After you build your own Aerovania, your own Ariata, your own Otavan, a Kualu, you dig what I'm talking about? A pie to Mazar. Nigga, when you build you up one of them Lita Baca Thrivers, nigga.
Right.
You pull up in a world on a nigga. You dig what I'm talking about? You get to ride around in that thing after you built it. For 50 years, all through the atmospheric heavens. Ain't no telling what's out there. That's just the atmospheric heavens.
Right. We didn't even pop through the womb of the earth yet.
We ain't even went past the quote unquote firmament.
Right, the bridge of Chinvat.
Yeah, you ain't past Shinvat yet, no. No. This is why when they ask us the question, did the people go to the moon? I tell them it don't matter. Because then even if they did, they didn't get to space yet.
Right.
It don't matter.
Even in cosmogony and prophecy, it clearly states that the moon is in the vortex of the earth vortex.
Fact. How did they know that in 1881 that shit wasn't proven to 2019?
That part. Man,
look, we got second resurrection angels. Hold on, we keep rising higher. This is where we going. Shout to the created gang, second resurrection.
What? Associated.
Lewis. For 200 years, this is a spiritual geneticist. Lewis. Then you become an Ashar, a guardian for 133 years. and then you were greater in a soft for 66 years, and then you enter the chapel of the primary soul. Now, I just gave a little short example, right? This is from the Book of Divinity, and Div, right, who is true God at the time, head of the divine council. His title is Div. So don't be scared of Div and Diva and divine and or divinity or divination. Nigga, you supposed to be able to do that every day.
Every day.
Yeah, if you not doing it, you lacking. Now look, Div decreed, he shall now this is what we're doing. We're entering the chapter of the primary soul. Now, also in the second resurrection, it doesn't have a time or how long you can be here. But look at some of the stuff you learning, right? This is why I gave an example, right? And Div decreed, he shall now be entitled to enter the chapter of the primary soul. His first lesson shall be in colors and sounds, both of corpore and of S or spirit, until when any combination of colors is placed before him, he can instantly perceive every color, shade, and tint, and the apparent velocity of light and its force or actinic, or what, or the force that's in
emanating,
right? That comes naturally with it, and its or natural force emanating. And he shall pursue this study until he can create in the spirit the counterpart of anything incorporeal.
That's wild.
Or create incorporeal, create physically, the counterpart of anything spiritually. And of sounds, he shall proceed in the same way, hear them and determine the exact velocity of each wave, even though made in the same instant, he shall detect everyone and the velocity and force of each. And this was the 33rd divine law. Now listen, this is on the second level resurrection. It's still a whole other level to go.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a question about that too. So below the first resurrection, right? That's from the bottom of the ground where we standing all the way up to whatever plateau that is, right? Now, once you get into the first resurrection, everything in the first resurrection and up is all orderly, correct? It ain't no wars and nothing like that going on, right?
Correct.
So when you're a right, say like Luamung, for instance, he had a high spiritual grade at first as a mortal. So when he died, he just ascended into the first resurrection. He was still below the first resurrection is what I'm saying.
No. When Luamung was actually a lord.
So he went up to
he had passed the second resurrection.
And then he went down to war then against.
Yes, he failed. You did.
Okay, that's what I was always confused about, because I'm like, yeah.
Luamung had a grade like better than 80. You dig what I'm talking about? And it's from this high second resurrection, because see, the heavens are split in sections. This is why they say that the God number is 7, because there's 3, and then they say there's 3 deaths, 4 births. You dig what I'm talking about? Because the actual 3 heavens are split in 2. So this is why there's a Hara, right? That's down here low on the earth, and basically right above the clouds on down, and then there's a higher first resurrection. But
it's still in the lower.
Is in the first resurrection. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just the lower part of it.
It's just the lowest part of it. Same thing with the second resurrection. There's a higher and a lower part. Right?
Okay. Oh, now I'm seeing what you're saying.
And then same thing with the third. There's a higher and a lower part. You keep moving out.
Okay.
You see
So within each higher and lower section, though, is there wars at the lower section on each level? So, like, if I'm in the second resurrection, but I'm on the lowest portion of the second resurrection, it's not no wars and stuff going on, though, right?
No.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Where's Raja and them at? But
yeah, that's what I was saying, because my cousin was asking me, like, so how was he a high-raised angel, but he's at war? Like, is he in the second resurrection at war, or is he on the earth at war? Yeah.
No, he failed. You dig what
He
I'm talking
failed,
about?
right.
Remember, they come from the second
The
resurrection.
higher, down to mortals, yeah.
They get up there to them high levels and get the big head.
Okay.
Owaspi has a verse where it explains that many angels get to this high raised, like Lord status. You dig what I'm talking about? And get conceited.
And get cocky. Yeah, I read that too. Yeah.
And get conceited in their own selves and fall from grace. You
And go back down to mortals to deceive them, to worship them. Yeah.
Even down to the earth to create war, and you dig what I'm talking about? So
for territory.
Yeah. Look, it's a div decree. He shall now begin the practicing of combining and creating colors by sounds. What? Hold on, because I don't think y'all heard me. If y'all heard me, hit me with a vortex in the chat, because this cold. He said he shall now begin the practice of combining and creating color.
That is wild.
That makes sense when you understand that if you play the blues, you can play the blues, you can see blue, and you can feel blue. How much you want to bet blue tastes like blueberry.
Wow.
You can create color by sounds. How is that, Cosmon? Because the vortexia is all the same force. We just explained that. It's all
just
the same
different
force.
densities, volume, and
it's just being perceived by different parts of your corporeal body. Vortexia perceived through your nose is called smell. Vortexia perceived through your eyes is called sight. Vortexia perceived in darkness by your ears is called sound. Vortexia perceived by your fingers and your touch and your what they call electric or nervous system in your body. Right? That is called touch, or your feel, your emote, your emotion center. Right? It is breathing the same exact force that you call an electricity, magnetism, radiomagnetism, electromagnetism, gravity. It's all the same exact force.
It's interesting too. In the book of inspiration, it talks about how the Creator speaks to us via inspiration of our five senses.
Yeah,
Bro,
hold it down. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. It just talked. He was saying that he speaks to us or inspires us through our five senses, like you just mentioned. But the way he's doing it is using vortexian current as the inspiration to speak to us and inspire us, directly. So this boy had to go get the split the team, ain't it?
I hear you, cuz. I hear you. Keep up.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't got nothing to say right now. I'm trying to get underneath my blanket. It's cold in here. Boy, that wintertime coming, boy, that solstice is approaching. Shoot. I wish I had a fireplace, nigga. I work on my voice, you know, mastering these elements of fire and air and earth and water. Wish I had some fire right now, boy. It's cold. You in Detroit, right?
Yeah. I'm in Detroit. It's cold as hell up here.
I know it is.
Boy, it's cold. You dig what I'm talking about? I ain't playing.
Ooh-wee. That's the inspiration for your ass, that cold air, boy. That'll inspire you for real.
It say, dig this. He shall now begin the practice of combining and creating colors by sounds and sounds by colors, both in the physical and the spiritual world. His teachers, so you got heavenly teachers up here. You're not just willy-nilly running by yourself. You got people that masters that are proficient who choose to be down here teaching you. They could be in the higher heavens, because most likely to be down here and to withstand the draw of the world, you would have to already be a bride or bridegroom. You passed it. You dig what I'm talking about? And to just keep teaching dumbass niggas every goddamn day. This is why real teachers are a godsend. Ain't no way.
Right.
Raising up these niggas retarded ass little kids every day, and you trying to teach the best of your ability. Shout out to all the teachers in the world. Shout out to Fanoka, Rashay, Jones Duncan, my favoriteest teacher in the whole wide world. His teachers shall make explosions with light and explosions without light. What?
That's crazy, man.
And by using only his eye and ear, hold on. What is he talking about? Wait, what? Hold on. His teacher shall make explosions with light and explosions without light, and by using only his eye and ear, he shall be able to determine the elements. Hold on. By which the explosions were made. Oh, that's
right.
Methylene, trimethylene.
That's methane gas.
Plastic bottle and set off. You dig what I'm talking about? 3.6 kilometers away. What, nigga?
That's wild. That's what I'm saying. We don't even know the power. We about to. What?
You didn't even see it. Ain't no light, so you didn't see it. You just heard it. Not only you can tell where it came from, you can tell how fast it came, or if it blew up with light or without light, and what it was made of.
Come on, man.
Nigga, I'm up and out of here.
What? I'm not hanging around for nothing, bro. What? I'm out of here.
Remember when they came and got Moses out the classroom?
Man.
That's where I'm gonna be at.
For real, bro, because I'm so happy he told us about this immortality so we don't have to be stuck. What'd you say?
Possible. But this the shit I want to hear. He made
right.
Look. And by using only his eyes and ears, he shall be able to determine the elements by which the explosions were made. And this was the 34th divine law. Nigga, this a law.
Right. You gonna get that.
Learn this.
Exactly.
You gotta learn this to approach the Godhead. Dig this. Give decree. He shall go far away from the explosions. And when the waves come to him, even though he does not hear the explosion, what? He shall be able to determine by the waves, the vortexian pattern of what substance the explosion was made, and whether in light or darkness, and if in light, what colors were manifested.
Come on, man.
And
my little mortal mind could barely even wrap my mind around that.
Listen, bro.
Come on, man. We got so much to learn, bro.
You playing yourself. If you call yourself spiritual, oh, you want to be a holy spiritual guru, and you ain't got an owaspy, you playing yourself.
Man, I've been posting it on my Facebook in this whole city. I'm like, I know it got to be one person out here in Fresno that got an OSB. Ain't nobody tapped in with me yet. I'm like,
hey, somebody got one. They just ain't seen it yet. Hey, look, on the second level, where does the word or the whole ideal of a messenger come from? Did y'all know that is a rank of an angel? Shout out to Shebrew 144. You dig what I'm talking about? Swift messenger. You dig what I'm talking about?
Still sending messages.
Hey, you dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to the Swift messenger, Shebrew 144. Rising powers.
Yeah.
Bless her. She go get it. She go deliver that info quicker than anybody.
Man, she the reason why I got the O.
So yes, angels are messengers. But where does the whole ideal of being a marshal come from? Did you know that was an angelic rank?
Nope.
Right? After the marshal, right? You honestly become a lord, which is the lowest. The lowest of the lowest of the emancipated ranks of the angels. It's right past this level that they get the big head. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, one thing about Owaspy is it's very, very common sense. Right?
Yep.
If we got marshals, deputies, right? Till you get to the most low. You know, a lot of them people praise the Lord. Religious people praise the Lord as the Most High, right? The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is His name. They praise that Lord as the Most High, when in actuality He is the lowest of the emancipated ranks of angels. Then there is the higher second resurrection education, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just like you get down here from marshal to deputy, yeah.
The FBI calls it a boxcar basher.
Lieutenant.
Always kills within sight of a great line.
Colonel.
Places across the river from that encampment.
Then chief.
He's
right around here.
Since 2001.
They start feeling themselves. Right? We even had a God, true Lord God. The Anu Passage, man.
Oh, peace to brother Anu,
Lord
man.
God ain't served or mentioned no more, boy.
That's crazy. He's gonna be the last spirit off this earth.
Oh my God.
You know he's gonna be the last spirit to leave.
To a nigga don't say, oh Lord.
Come on, bro.
Listen, man, I know Hassan's gonna be here a long time, but they say he ain't the most hated. Weak.
Oh no, that's Louis, boy.
But we've had see right around here. See, Louamong and them fell about right here.
Mm-hmm.
They fell. They was high range. If I'm not mistaken, they said Louamong's spirit was a 90.
Wow.
His spirit rate was a 9
Wow.
on the second, on the higher second resurrection. He hadn't got to the third yet, but he was Major Colonel Chief. But Anu Asaj got all the way here. He was the sub god. Why are they called Lord and God? Because they are sub gods. Why? Because he plays the role of both Lord, who works directly with man, and God, and the administer dirty work and the high raised work.
Yep.
Is Lord God.
Easily understood, man. So a Lord God works. A Lord God works with mortals and angels.
And bridegrooms, right? And then we got emancipation, right? A little visual, because and I want y'all to wrap y'all mind around this. Is somebody talking about the real true God, big bruh? I'm talking about him. Is somebody who tell him what to do. Let's look.
I wonder if Big Bro know he dropped off the channel. Where you go, guys?
That was weird. That was weird. I don't even know if y'all seen that. Oh, yo. Y'all hear me? Y'all hit me with a one in the chat real quick. You do what I'm talking about.
You see every day.
Prince back in here, man. I don't know what that was, bro.
I don't know what it was either. Sayla had me dying in the chat talking about the angels took over. He talking about He's stupid. Can you hear me?
Hold on, let me yeah, I can hear you, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. The crazy part is I thought I was showing something.
That's probably what you did.
Something. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, you probably clicked on something and hit the wrong button.
Okay. There it go. I see it now. All right. We was in the higher above lower. Lieutenant, captain, major, colonel. This is where you get your Buddhas, your Brahmas, your Allahs, your Christ, your Balls, your Astaroths, your Chilemongs, aka the false Osiris, your Tien, your Sudgas, your Herus and Inanas and all the fallen deities, right from these ranks.
Ball,
right? But there's a third resurrection, as I was explaining. The whole point is to become a bride and bridegroom, be under nobody's thumb, to head up to the Godhead yourself. But there is an Ethereum level. You dig what I'm talking about? All right. This is a visual of Ethereum level angels. On the first level, you got your Orion gods, as I was saying before the thing got cut off. Notice the angel is a man, but his wings are a suit. It is a technology. Man ain't got no goddamn wings, so that means dead men ain't got no wings. So what has man always been saying? And they've been seeing a technology they couldn't understand.
That part.
These are your Orion gods. Next, you got your Nirvanian gods. Right? You got your Nirvanian gods. Higher, more high raised etherically than your Orion.
So crazy. I mean, crazy. Just
oh my God. My boy's channel, man. They trying to get my man's, man. I can't even see the chat. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't think he going in and out. His sound is choppy. I don't know. He's probably gonna be back in a second. Can y'all still hear me? Or am I choppy too?
It's
Oh,
crazy,
here you
man.
come. There you go. The butterfly vortex is back.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on, man. They keep kicking me out the chat, everything, man. But listen, I was bringing that high level information every time I load into this doc. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't know if y'all did even get to see the Ethereum Angels?
Yeah, we can see it. It was just choppy. It was just choppy when you was talking.
Yeah, because it kicked me out of the room. That's crazy. You
It
dig
looked
what
like
I'm
some.
talking about?
It looked like some Dragon Ball Z GIFs.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was just a little physical representation of what an OTN is. You did what I'm talking about. It's not real, but it's just to show the varying power levels.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm talking about are the more higher and advanced gods. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, you talking about angels. You talking about men that been in the spiritual world for 500 plus years. You know what I'm saying? All the lessons that they done learned, bending light, and oh man, come on, man.
Shit, yeah, depends on what level you was at when you died. But if let's just say you started from zero, but you were faithless, right? That's you got 1,071 years to pass the first resurrection.
Damn, it's a long time, man. I'm trying to hurry up and speed through.
Is it?
I don't know. Shoot, because depending on some of these Negroes in declension, it might be fast.
Right. I'm out of here. I'm not trying to see 500, 300. I ain't trying to see none of that. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm second resurrection, cuz I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here.
Man, what we trying to pull up in the OT van and get up out of here?
Yeah, I'm done, bro. You dig what I'm talking about? So second resurrection. You dig what I'm talking about? And we going sizzler. We out of here, bro. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm going to Etheria, cuz I'll holler at niggas later.
Man,
I'll come back as Lord Cosman Fauntleroy.
Not Fauntleroy.
And Lord of Guatemala. You think what I'm talking about? Lord of Horet and 27th true God of the planet Earth.
What?
3,000 years in the heaven born in Cosman. You dig what I'm talking about? Break that shit down on them niggas.
Born in Cosmon, Arkside. What?
Brother asks, who is Luamong? Luamong today is who you call Christ in the Bible.
Oh yeah, that's Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
It's Christ. He's the so-called Father, Son, Holy Ghost of the Christian ideology. It's a one-time true Lord. Luamong. You dig what I'm talking about? False God. You dig what I'm talking about? In Revelations 19 and 11, there is they say Christ is coming back, and he got a name written that don't no man know. Well, creators revealed that name. That name is Luamong. He is the false Christ. He is the God that they say Jesus prayed to. Uh-oh.
Yep, that's right. I had to mute my mic because they said they could hear my background.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, well, you know what I mean? Your boy getting it together, man. It's getting late. You dig what I'm talking about? I gotta go pick my daughter up from her homegirl crib. They was over there getting it in. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man. Y'all pray for my daughters. Y'all see him on the screen.
Yeah,
I ain't seen him in a while, man. Keep him in y'all prayers, man. I'm gonna see him in a little bit.
Yeah. You dig what I'm talking about? We're gonna always keep them in the prayers, baby, man. Y'all, hey, this your boy Cosmon, man. I got the Prince, man, in here.
Salute to the righteous gods and goddesses in the gang, man.
For sure. You dig what I'm talking about? Hey, that Prince, I just want to tell him, man, to breathe in.
Yes, sir.
Right in, man. Because I'm Cosmon, and I'm out. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh, it's that Japheth, that Chow Mein, that Papa Bull, that Tao Mein, since sun south in the Arc of Wayne. My brain moving like Tao Sang, so ass above, it's so below. That up and that down thing, this flow is atmospherian. I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexing current? See, the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether. And when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing political. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door stop. And the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahu when it's now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you making salat. Well, I'm a Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling